what? They broke the mold.
Insert amount of money.
keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Yeah, you gon' need 100 men, 100 scopes, 100 cans just for you to watch what I'm doing under the sun again. God-given gift, MCs doing the running man. If you want me to get it poppin', may cost 100 pence. Yeah, what I supply is always in demand. The throne is mine, take that. It ain't a high five, got the upper hand. I'm too real, can't fake that. Who you know putting fear in them like this? You a vampire, still suck when you bite this. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm feeling righteous. But they been next to me to show me I might just. They didn't think I could do it, I had to demonstrate how the flow is so heavenly, keeping demons straight. Who they fooling, I showed them the jig is up again. When I asked them who is the best, they get this to stuttering. Tell them
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
I came this far, nothing can't stop me now. They knock me down, but they can't count me out. I can't lose, I won't lose. I can't lose, I won't lose. You may wanna save yourself. I think it's best you run away. I won't let you finish. When you came for me, you played yourself. You scream for help. It's a shame that nobody will hit me. No pain, no gain. Watch who you bang with. Make it to the top with the same ones I came with. I shoot my shot, you better know that I'ma never miss. When they coming for me, yeah, I'm gonna tell them this.
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning.
You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Yeah. Look, tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then I'm on side. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, nah. No need for the snoozing. Big whip outside, I'm cruising. Big stick inside, no losing. Better watch out for the snake and Judas is. Don't ask them who this is. I bet they know what I'm moving in. I bet I show it into a dim. How you hate and then lose again? How you hating my vibes? Why you wasting my time? Getting hype on my line. Tell a man I don't want feedback, I just want relax. Brand new whip, two-tone, I need that brand new hit. You know, like lean back, brand new bits. I live in we pack, man, you never gon' like us. Get them on sight now, let them on like that way. They know I'm all righteous. Look at my life, I'm living alright. I'm nice, you know I'm alright. Cause looking like Christ, no need for the hype or fight or telephone vipers. No need for the telephone vipers. No need for the liars. I don't watch your moves or priors. I got much to do, I'm biased. Big bosses move in silence, watch it. No need for the liars. I don't watch your moves or priors. I got much to do, I'm biased. Big bosses move in silence. Yeah, me, I'm moving quiet. Ask me, I need me an island. New watch is perfect timing. No need for the surface shining. Ask me, I need me a few. I need me an island. I'm keeping it true. The man, I'm a wild, I'm keeping it cool. No need for the telephone hype from you. Yeah, tell a man no trouble. I don't want beef, man. I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then I'm on side. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, yeah. Tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then I'm on side. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, yeah. Tell a man no trouble, I don't want beef, man, I just want vibes. Big man like me, no need for the telephone hype. I got too much getting online. One rule, then dead I'm on site. Wrong move, I bet they gon' ride. No need for the telephone hype, nah.
Like I'm chilling in the Matrix, yeah. No neon, but there's neon light shining on the people when it's lighting up their faces, yeah. I guess I see you in my spaceship. Beam me up. I don't even come from extraterrestrial. I've been someone died in stratosphere. Gone. Guess they fear what they don't understand. I've had enough of this land, so take me up, take me up. I said just take me up, take me up. If it comes to me and you just trust me, I don't give a fuck. I will smash you into smithereens like I should turn to dust.
a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was down for the count. Back on my feet, back with a mic, back on the beat, back with a family that bang in the streets. The game on lock, I stand with a key. Standing my ground, I am planning to flee. Standing my ground, I am planting my feet. Taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand. Flipping the script, changing the plans. Up to the top and I'm taking the fans.
the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the name of love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry when tomorrow comes. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry now, 'cause we stay in control in the name of love.
I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would. If they could, they probably should. I left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
I was caught up in a situation, could've gone real bad. I dipped, took a long vacation, no doubt left man of them mad. Gone. I left the hood, I said I would, so I'ma get mine and I won't feel bad. Nah, if they could, they probably should, but most man end up in a two-man pad. Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
Ain't coming back.
If they could, they probably should.
Oh yeah.
I left the hood, I said I would.
I left the hood, I said I would.
Left the hood, I said I would.
I
left the hood, I said I would.
Ain't coming back.
If they could, they probably should.
Oh yeah.
I left the hood, I said I would.
I left the hood, I said I would.
I was caught up in a situation, could've gone real bad. I dipped, took a long vacation, no doubt left none of them mad. I left the hood, I said I would, so I'ma get mine and I won't feel bad. If they could, they probably should, but most man end up in a two-man bad. I was caught up in a situation, could've gone real bad. I dipped, took a long vacation, no doubt left none of them mad. I left the hood, I said I would, so I'ma get mine and I won't feel bad. If they could, they probably should, but most man end up in a two-man bad.
Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would. I ain't coming back on. If they could, they probably should. Oh yeah. I left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would. Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would. I ain't coming back on. If they could, they probably should. Oh yeah. I left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
I was caught up in a situation, could have gone real bad. I dipped, took a long vacation, no doubt left none of them mad. I left the hood, I said I would, so I'ma get mine and I won't feel bad. If they could, they probably should, but most man end up in a two-man bad.
I was caught up in a situation, could have gone real bad. I dipped, took a long vacation, no doubt left none of them mad. Gone. I left the hood, I said I would, so I'ma get mine and I won't feel bad. Nah, if they could, they probably should, but most man end up in a two-man bad. Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
I ain't coming back on.
If they could, they probably should.
Oh yeah.
I left the hood, I said I would.
I left the hood, I said I would.
Left the hood, I said I would. I left the hood, I said I would.
I ain't coming back on.
If they could, they probably should.
Oh yeah.
I left the hood, I said I would.
I left the hood,
I said I would.
Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen them down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a mill, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low, like I'm pushing up the bass. Told him come down and I'll meet him at a gate. Got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex, but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all, I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it now, I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Fill him up another pot of blood. Then he throws the money on the bar. He never lets me keep the change. Fighting with the mirror, he's deranged. Why don't you smile? Why won't you smile? Asking me to play their favorite song. Play it so that they can sing along. Will they hear what I'm writing? I'll give them something more exciting. To make them smile, to make them smile. To make them smile, to make them smile. Says I never call her, hang her on. Thinks I've got another girl in town. Should I throw it all away? Or should I stay another day? And she will smile, and she will smile. And she will smile, and she will smile. Why won't you smile? Why won't you smile? Why don't you smile? Why won't you smile? Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more.
Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more.
Real bad, just got it like that. Got it like that. Got it like that. Real bad, just got it like that. Got it like that. Got it like that.
They broke the mold. Insert amount of money. Insert amount of money, 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 of money. Insert amount of money.
Let's go! Welcome back, everyone, to our PVSL, the PUBG Vikurvi Series League. Obviously, it's day number 2. We are midpoint. We're about to get towards that midpoint section. But with day number 2 kicking off, we've got best of 6 again. I'm joined by the amazing CC as always. Let's chat quickly about yesterday. We had a lot of exciting games. We had a lot of great solo plays. And Zen, Zoctanam came up and actually now topping the table, right?
Yeah, I mean, Zen sitting there at the end of the day actually ended up on top of the leaderboard.
Navi finally catching that flame. I know we've seen them eventually put the momentum up. Solo creep their way up in there after some well-placed zones. I mean, for our top 3, and then the Wu's just been fighting tooth and nail, getting themselves for that top 4. So I mean, we have an interesting day 1. We've seen some teams, I think, in that final match mark actually come through and kind of give us a little bit different side to there. So again, we're just really, really waiting to see who's going to come out on that side of the leaderboard. Again, there's our top 5 right there, and the rest of the leaderboard started to switch up. Fairy Tale came alive, and I think we just have a lot of potential here for day 2.
You got to remember, let's take one back to that last game. We had a lot of teams kind of give or take doubling their points, right? They put more points on, or give or take the same amount of points on that game number 6 than they did for 5 games. So clearly people ended yesterday with a different momentum shift. I'll be keen, CC, to see if they can continue that today. But as we look at the leaderboard, yes, they might have gained some places, and there is a big section where it's quite tight. But we are starting to see a little bit of an extension out here of the, you got to remember, the left-hand side of the table is the table where we get the money.
Like I said, again, we need to be on that left-hand side. There's only so much room for the teams to find their way in. But again, if we have anything like the Miramar start today to kind of switch things up, Primal started off the day great. Miramar switched things back up, and then basically just needed it to go from there. So, Mark, let's take us in and see where we're basically going to go. We have a big day today, and then, like I said, lots of stuff in store.
So yeah, we've got 2 more days. It's technically 12 games left. We've got best of 6 again today. We'll be kicking things off, though, with a wrangle. We'll be doing a wrangle. We'll go back to the Amazing Tago. That was quite a spicy one. Vikendi was even more spicier, though, for round number 4. And then we've got round 5 and round 6, where we thought it might slow down when it comes down to the Miramar. But those sandy dunes, as I said, that last game yesterday was about teams doubling points. Teams put more points on potentially at last game than they did over the course of 5 games. And you mentioned it, Navi, one to watch. I give them 5 out of 6 games yesterday because they had 1 game they didn't really perform, but that was the first game. The rest of it, they threw some numbers down. For now, is game number 1, is day number 2. Me and CC, be right back. Let's roll. Teaching the CC a bit of Cockney slang. The flight path, though, is a northeast down to our southwest. I think apart from 1 game where we had a bad flight path, which was game number 1, most of them yesterday were pretty good. And actually, I ended on the point of Navi, and I don't want to dwell too much on them, CC, but it was the first game, actually, they didn't have a good turnout. They actually, I think, was one of the first teams out, and yeah, everyone's looking at this team, and again, guys and girls, get your guesses in chat. Gotta love it. Get your guesses in, right? But more importantly, it's about, like, the team didn't have a good first game, but it does show a massive amount of character when you can come back and perform 5 games thereafter. So GG's Navi, want to see what you can do. You've jumped out early, you go for that stable. We saw that last time. Obviously, on that second wrangle, we actually had that north side, that Severny play. They moved him from, obviously, Stalbert down to Severny, then they moved their way across. And yet again, look, we're getting that solo primal fight, potentially that boatyard. So both these teams, despite clashing heads yesterday, they still are unwilling to give away this drop zone already. So again, off the drop, multiple teams, looks like Relic and Arnessa are going. Zone goes back down. We're going for a south-southeast this time.
Looking like, again, you started off saying the zones, the plane paths were very, very friendly. The only thing that wasn't friendly, I think, was the zones yesterday. I mean, started off some very common plane paths. Everything was, looking really, really good for majority of the day, but it was the circles that really, really kept these guys on their toes, made things more interesting, I think, for us than for them. But, a lot of big plays, a lot of IQ into yesterday's movements yesterday. So nothing to take lightly. Every team that did get a chicken dinner yesterday, fought tooth and nail. We did see, I think, SRM with a 2-kill chicken dinner, again, just off of the placement, playing again, as you called, Howl's dip right there, and again, just learning to play things like that. Sometimes the chicken dinner, again, isn't a massive amount of kills, but still 10 points, is definitely going to count for something. So, putting those points up, matching themselves, and being able to throw that energy back on the day. So these guys should definitely be coming into day number 2 with a little bit more confidence than they walked into day 1. So again, as the playing path, commences, the zone starts to shift in. Going to be a very slow start, but again, it's this hot drop inside the boatyard that continues to contest these teams looking to really, really solidify the spot as their own.
Yeah. It's a weird part of the year. And as we said yesterday, we went into this. It's actually my favourite part of the year because we have a lot of LFTs, we have a lot of orgs leaving, we have a lot of orgs starting up. And there's actually, I'd say this year, there's a lot more talent on the market than there was the year before. So it's that plus then obviously these positions, this new map's been updated, or this new map, Erangle's been updated, we've got this new area. These teams will come across each other all the time. Solo and Primal is a well-known team. So they're not just fighting for this tournament. I actually think they're fighting for a bit of pride and a stake in the sand, a flag down to say this is Primal, this is Solo. I believe Primal have come off better off in this area at the moment, but Solo refusing to give this one up at the moment, mate. So we'll have to wait and see.
They're really, really holding tight. Like I said, we've seen this before where, again, kind of this little, what do you want to call it, half gas station, attendant station right here. This building here, they have a nice hold. They have a nice read. They understand the angles that, again, if you're holding where Primal's playing right now, that seems to be like a key spot. But both these teams understand the play style so well. We've seen a lot of the fighting happen exactly where it's at. We do see Scooby with the Panzerfaust out there. So, again, just trying to make some things interesting here. Maybe going to get some pop shots through the window. But this is a fight that, they've taken multiple times, not just inside these games, but the scrims. I'm sure these fights have commenced, several times. They've learned, again, rights and wrongs and really trying to keep things in play here. Is shots from the side. We've seen Primal with that off angle. They always have Daz off to the side here, and this really just puts a lot of hurt and a lot of, difficulty for Solo to actually make movement outside and kind of wrap around Primal here.
Yeah, it is difficult. Love we've already got in chat some guesses for Navi. And but he's playing. There are people obviously now working things out because these are the best of the best here. I know we've got PUBG EU on with a bit of a fun event. Joxy goes down though with Tokyo Flexo. Again, a professor player for me. Definitely one of the players that either was out first for the team or the only one surviving for Solo. They do lose one. Scooby makes the push forward. Novi is there. Jump shot goes down. Goes to the gunshots though. Going to swing back though. We are seeing our Solo down to a 2 though. But also Primal for a 2. Initial shots come back. Tokyo Flex down numbers as well as our shiny Daz gets back. Can't be dazzling whites on your own. There's a kill confirmed. Deny of information. Waiting for another push. There goes the second deny of information. There goes the push though. Oh, he missed the lid. No lid on Solo. And they put it down for a 2v1.
Looking like I like that. He tried to bait him out. Wasn't necessarily going for the flush, but trying to, defend your teammate here. Gets a little bit of a bait, but Daz, again, shining from the side here. Finds the third knock. There's still one Solo player left up, and Daz is just holding the angle, debating on whether or not to go for this res here. And the Solo player is actually going to find his way back. He's going to debate. Find that same thing goes to us. Daz actually hits himself with the sun there. Pulls it back, and both teams looking like they're going to take the time to get the res. Maybe should have went for Jokes here in the back because it's pretty close to bleed now, but it's going to be a close res. Primal should be back to 3. Solo should be back to 3. And then we should see this fight either commence one more time, or we do have the vehicle here for Primal, so they may opt to just hop in the vehicle and depart from the the station here. As it looks like, again, Daz has brought them the escape route. Had this fight commenced and actually been able to close out a little bit sooner, I think it may, we may see a different fight. But actually, no, Daz still ready to jump in. Goes back into the front. AK spray comes through, holds it, trying to find the second. Not able to find the second, but at least has one down. There's just one player left up for Solo. And again, Tokyo going to try to feed some information out.
Yeah, put it back. Obviously, both teams agreeing for that sort of res. And initial shotgun, just a bit too far for that. Primal, yet again, winning the boatyard. Bet kind of Primal Concord. I do like this new era. I wasn't a fan of Waterworld, so I'll be honest with you, but I do like how it stands. Anyway, as always. There's never a time for us just to stop as it continues to go from Newgate don't. Solo play here. Looks like they are condensing their way down now. Looks like 3 have worked their way down. Relic had some good games. They just couldn't really get all the way through, and they are holding on to that leaderboard side. And with 2 players down, Bomalovo, I think, was definitely an MVP for me on this team yesterday. He's down. Let's see what the other 2 can do. They are hunkered down. They are down to 1. Blue Zone Nade will continue to push forward, though. Newgate are looking like they want to try and end this one, though. Good shot comes out, though. Takes a face for the bullets. Can't run that way. The Blue Zone Nade's there. Tuxie gets one. Needs to go back. He gets on the inside somehow, some way, and the ace is keeping this guy alive.
Man, that was disgusting. 2 knocks instantly. A little bit of a head peak turn right there as he's got 2 down. Needs to get this first aid off as the res is starting to come through. Newgate, when they come alive, they come alive. But man, Noel is giving them one heck of a fight here, trying to close things out here. Is it looking like he's slowed down for the time being right now? But that was one heck of a collapse and push coming out here from Noel. The res on the pro is good. And on the other side, so they're able to get both back up. Pops a few boards out of the window there. Looking to just, again, pop the shots. It's going to be a 4-man full send in from Newgate. But Noel, man, had you had at least 1 squad made up, could have potentially been in a completely different fight here.
It's really interesting. They've popped the gas cans. That's actually stopped them pushing towards him. So bats into the corner. They are being cooked. Now, he did pick up another smoke. There are flashes, so looks like we are going to get a 4 push. And full flash. Here goes the second push now. And shotgun to the leg. And that's it. Done, dusted. First team. Second team. Sorry, down and out. Solo taking our 16th place. 15th place, though, taken by Relic.
I don't know if that was satisfying or not, but I mean, just to come into the pump like that, I had a little bit of hope that some shots were going to come through, but that shotgun pump pull was just, that was quick.
Yeah.
Quick and to the point right there. So again, wasting in no time. 14 teams. We've lost 2 already, Mark. A much more explosive, I think, day 2 as teams. You know, again, Primal fights to secure that spot inside the boatyard. A couple other teams, again, making the rotation plays here, trying to find themselves into these next few zones. But, you know, you've got Navi, very, very spread out here. Woo as well, ADR. A couple of teams starting to get that position right and secure themselves that information here in phase 1. And again, we've seen that work out really, really well for Solo. But again, Solo just not having the opportunity. 2 games. This did happen, you know, to them on Erangel yesterday. And maybe, you know, maybe choose a different drop spot today and you can see yourselves on the opposite side of the leaderboard, because Primal is neck and neck with you in this race. And unfortunately, it's either them or you. And that's what's keeping them neck and neck. Maybe pick a different drop spot, find some late game here on Erangel, and we can potentially see an entirely different squad there for Solo.
Difficult though, right? And you get obviously now passing by Primal. They are taking a couple of shots, but next game is the halfway point now for Angle, so 1 more today, and that's about it. So yeah, does Solo maybe go, well, we've got 3 Orangles left of this tournament, so maybe just go, let's hold this one out and potentially go, let's pick a new drop spot. We've got 3 more. We've done 3. We've lost 3. Like, it's done for us here.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm looking at it like, again, just the potential for points. The money's there. This is, you know, a 3-day event with just 18 matches here. You know, you've got to make every match count. You do so well on Miramar and everything else, but instead of gaining, you know, and leveling yourself above the competition, all you're doing is playing catch up when it comes to these late game matches. You know, it's just food for thought there. I like Solo. They've been doing well. Their gameplay seems to be really on point when they make it to the late game. Their power. So, you know, enough said on that. I just really want that team to, you know, kind of collect themselves and, you know, maybe see a different style of play here. But we've seen a lot of differences last night in that final match here. This time around, you know, again, we're seeing 100 ADR who found that momentum, you know, in a great spot, has just collapsed upon one another to solidify that position. This zone for phase 2 pushes out majority of the water, but does start to give a difficult zone there just outside the mansion.
Well, look at this zone, and we've got Heavens in. You kind of look at that Heaven Mansion ending. While we're going to get that field in that sort of northwest, we see lots of that at the moment. We've got a lot of water in. That's a lot where my factor comes into that. It's like there's so much water here. Expect it to push over towards the west. That's not so all the time. If that zone does pull back towards that sort of Lepovka area, we might see it play again towards that sort of Zen. We know Zen played really, really well yesterday out of compound area. So they got the zones right. Yes, there's a bit of luck. There's a bit of technical knowledge and relying on your IGL, but they got it right most of the time. So Zen going with a 2-2 split. They want to play that north. They also want to play that potential that it's going to play to the east. Run and gun, they hold the opposite side though. West for them. I think they're expecting to lead this area, but for them, I think the objective is now to ensure no one else comes in on the west. But as we can see, Nessa and Nuji also still trying to play this one. Their shots are going over towards them, so information gain, shall we say. And Hypebeast, they ain't sitting still. We know they got a bit of hype about them, so Empty is having a look here. He's having a look for any teams coming in this sort of northwest corner. I think there's a lot still to play for. I do think there's a lot of teams, though, that are going to lock this one down, drop the anchor, so to speak, and hunker in because we are waiting for this next phase to pop.
And as we get that potential shift, I mean, Lepovka should get pushed out. Fairy Tale going to get a free care pack for some love here. Now, my biggest worry is that it shifts down to the prison. We don't get that mansion. We don't get that heaven. And then it starts to favor for Na'Vi there. We haven't seen, in 2023, as many prison circles as we used to get. Prison used to be a very common finish, and everybody kind of expected to take that outer edge of prison, farm some kills inside, and take it from there. But, 2023 PUBG, we're kind of in a different setting here as we try to line things up. And we try to take these guesses as to where the zone's going to go. It really seems that, Heaven Mansion is definitely the more common zone. But Nessa taking advantage of the Erangel terrain, one of the strongest dips, if you play it right. But the unfortunate part is you need a lot of util in order to, to close off all angles there. So let's see how long they're going to hold out as the zone puts them just at the edge of the zone there. It shifts in, takes the water out. Woo's in a great spot. Pod even better. But SRM sitting right offside the prison hill looks to be like that is going to be a great spot for them to farm some kills, get some information, and keep themselves yet again into that late game.
Got to think now, like for me, CC, like if you're like Fairy Tale, if you're run and gun, you're on two opposite sides of the zone. Do you maybe sit tight now, mate, or do you potentially, like, because run and gun got a nice little ridge on that sort of west, right? They can overlook down. Nuji obviously jumping in for that middle section. Do you maybe take that sort of space now, or do you maybe just now go, hey, look, do you know what? We're outside edge. We're gonna have to now play the rest of this game number one on the outside edge, and hopefully we can survive it out.
So in this sense right now, there's still 54 players up, phase 3. Numbers were a little bit lighter. I might say the full send. If you got a spot at the edge of the zone here, I'm going to say hang tight. Let that phase 4 pop. Let it commence one more time. Take maybe a little bit of luck that's going to come back your way and make the rotation slight. But for right now, full sends in a position like this, I think we've seen maybe like a 70-30 success rate here. It's just, it'll work sometimes, but more or less, you're going to end up in the spot where teams are ready and they're ready for this crash. They're ready for this pull up here, and it really does take a well executed crash to take the compound from some of these players here. So Nessa got a debate on whether or not to do that. You can see they're scouting it out, and this is exactly the way they do it. It isn't like a full send. It's a drop stop scout type deal here, and see what you can do as Bliss cooks up some nade, has destruction built into it, but a little bit overcooked. The Fright takes a lot of damage. Max from the side, run and gun starting to collect themselves, and nade should do some damage, but actually the rock providing some coverage. So like I said, I think it's not a bad way to do either, Mark, but in a situation where there's still this many players alive, grab your edge, grab where you can play.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, Bliss, I caught that on camera, mate. Oh, my days.
Unlucky.
That is very unlucky, and I'm sure someone will clip that and send that to YouTube Shorts. I like what Bliss was doing, though. He knew there was a team coming from behind, and the objective was to stop that push. Hypebeast, though, not sitting tight in heaven. They're going for it. Pixel, obviously playing now, 70 Kino, and we do have Otto for the team. They are, again, an aggressive a defensive play, really, because P teams would normally sit in heaven, right? They've pushed out from heaven. They want to take this fight. They want to get the points, and Hypebeast are a team that got depth of experience that can potentially take it away from them.
No, definitely not. And there it is. The rest of RNG just with the difficult positioning as Nessa comes in from behind. Hype again with a little bit of assistance there will allow Nessa to win that fight, then pulls off as well. But yeah, I like the 2-2 split from Hype. It's a little bit of a gamble this late in the match here, but again, like you said, that confidence coming in the players here and the experience definitely pays off there. There's the zone, ready to shift phase 4. As again, Nessa kind of, rethinking themselves here. Was just in a great position, pulls back, finds themselves a nice little ridge for coverage, but also has to worry about Hype still moving in from the backside right there. Knock, all he's gonna have to do is peek his head up just a little bit further before he gets some angles here. And there it is right there. Peeks it up just a little bit, finds both members for Nessa right there. Workout mode does steal 1 kill away there, but man, that's just hard to watch for Nessa. They put up a good fight, get some kills, and just have nowhere to go. And this is, again, maybe why not, again, maybe the full send was a better option there, Mark. Maybe, get in, and because now those teams that are on the outer edge that decided to wait it out are now having to fight the tough fight and taking even more difficult rotations to then, try to fight this fight out.
This is nowhere to play, right? We know this zone. We've cast this zone loads. Looks like Zen had taken it away, but they are on the hold. Nuji out. There's a few little dips, crevices. This is going to be shields, car fortification, shield fortification. They are going to be key now. OG style PUBG. How much util have you got in your back pocket? You mentioned it before. We've gone from 53 down to 41. There's still a lot of people. You can't be throwing all your smokes now. You've got to burn your smoke slowly. You've got to keep yourself alive. Prime will move themselves in between the Woo and Hype Beast. We know both are insanely cracked teams. Obviously, Quizzy is stepped in, though, this evening, as he'll be covering for the guys. So we do have that PUBG EU tournament. If you're not over there already, make sure you give PUBG EU a follow. But look, I'll be fast. I want you guys to watch the pro players, not just watch some duos play. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are the pros. This is the cream of the cream, though, here. Looks like the Woo being the cream of the cream, making a push though, as Diffix though is making that aggressive stance there.
Yeah, it's really nice when these guys collect all themselves, Wes, and you get that, what do we call it, Mark? The wham bam, thank you, man, with those quick fights. And you just love to see these guys having themselves a nice time. When your shots fall in line like that, the momentum that you build as a team feels great. You take that into the match, and like I said, it just gets exciting for them, gets exciting for us. And again, two very, very well dedicated teams here are now fighting it out back to back with Woo and Hype for the north side of the zone. Diffs also trying to hold off an opposing squad, and that's Primal, in his own battle here. Nades, Util is coming in. He is going to spray through the smoke. Nice little connection, but just not enough to get that knock. But a very, very difficult hold coming out so far from the Woo. Hype about to make it even more challenging. Finally joining in from the team, or from the blue zone right there. So now all the teams are inside the zone. It's a matter of holding. It's a matter of using those utils. They're starting to come out, but knocks are coming out all over the map with 40 players still up. Phase 5, ready to bear the fangs. And honestly, it's just been nonstop action pool here in Erangel on the start of day 2.
Yeah, it's a crazy zone. I quite like it. Kino, super smart player anyway. So he's got the car, he's pushed his way. Hope because we know the zone was coming in. They were kind of give or take just outside of nade race. Empty does get Nixie down, but the instant smokes come out and the util being thrown back is just not be enough to get that confirmed. For me, the Woo need to disengage, get that res. They've got a bit of time on their hands, but I don't know if that's going to be happening now because the amount of util. Otto, I think that with that final nade, that should be enough now. That does get it. Otto puts Nixie down and out. The Woo have to work their way down. Zen under pressure now as Pod want to try and stay alive as themselves, so they're getting involved. Now on the other side, also the same pin we know is cracked anyway. There goes some nades, but the molly not quite connecting. Zen a little bit further in this train. Pod have to get themselves in the zone. It makes sense now for them to push forward and continue this pressure onto Zen. And there goes Pin. Vascu is down. He's our MVP, I believe, at the moment. Big kills from him yesterday. Great game. Other side though, we're trying to stay with the action though, as Fuzzface now is picking up a quick kill confirmed. Pixel down and out.
Lots of activity, lots of action. Down to 34 players. Another spray. Fuzzface able to connect with a quick MK12 spray. Turns the attention back to Otto. Gets Otto with a little bit of help from Diff. Good teamwork coming out from the Woo right now. Inside the vehicles, taking that rotation in. Those zones, the zone should confirm both those kills. They're going to try to take the position away from Zen now. Trying to support Diff, trying to get themselves in. Quizzy is on the pull-up, is able to put the car in position as 2 members down for the Woo. The smoke should come out, trying to get these Wezzes. Confirmed kills from Pod, Navi, and the Woo go down as Hype will fall. Zen eliminated, I believe, in the backfield as well. Should go down in 9th, leaving us with just 8 teams left alive here. A lot of our top competitive teams are down. The Woo and Primal with a lot of opportunity, and it's Pod who my eyes are on. It's, man, they've had a great day to finish off yesterday, and now here they are inside the top 7, positioning, taking it over Zen, taking on Primal. They have Na'Vi ahead of them, and this team right now seems to have their footing in hold. Let's see where they end up stopping. Fairy Tale's down to 1, and there is just non-stop rotations for an ugly zone like this.
This is an ugly zone. This is an edge play, and everything is getting farmed from it. Let's be honest, though. Primal side swipe prod, though, as Presenti does go down. The car's going to blow. Oh, there's not just one. There's 2 disgusting shots. Primal and 100 ADR. Put Pod down to a solo. Lucky enough for them, they do have the smokes already out. There goes a re-smoke, but here comes Primal. They know they've got the opportunity. They've read the kill feed. Hey, Wyatt, best to try and make the push forward. Will it be a run over? Oh, squish me sideways. Daz puts down 3.
Jeez, with the drive-by pull-up, takes 2. Presenti trying to drop some presence, drop some util. Gets some stuns, gets a little bit of splash damage there from that grenade. One more stun to buy him a little bit more time. The nade does go off. Presenti gets the knock on the Daz as the vehicle explosion comes through. Somehow, still fighting it on the backside. Levante gets some knocks with the motor. We have util being thrown, vehicles exploding, motors from the sky. Guys, this is Vikurvi Season 5 action-packed here over on Mark Power, man. This is delicious.
This is insane. He didn't even drive over it, and he swiped him, mate. He pulled the handbrake and just whopped out half the team. Down and out they go, but I have to wait and see what things are going to lie. Now, too much action is trying to keep up, though. We've still got Na'Vi. Looks like they're going to throw back some mortars, it seems. They are looking for a place to put it down, or actually something I spoke about on social media the other day, and actually we spoke about on stream, is the use of the cars. Looks like they've put the mortar in the car. They want to move it. They want to take it into the next zone. Surely the next zone doesn't have enough space for you to throw down the law of the mortar. But Na'Vi, they are still here, top 6. And got Fairy Tale right in front of him, though, so they need to be cautious as they will play over the top now. And Super Up might be able to pick apart a few. We've seen solo plays, and another solo play, though, is Pod underneath the car and far away. Pod, I don't know, is going to survive to live another day, but I have to wait and see. 3 teams now with 3. Pod go down for zone, and Na'Vi should logically push in towards Fairy Tale there, and there's a little ridge, but I know this is a zone and a half, especially an end zone and a half.
I like to see the discipline from 100 ADR, though. Again, this is another team like Pod who found that momentum in the last game. Here they are again inside this top 5 now, spinning themselves around, given the opportunity. Na'Vi doing exactly what they need to do, scouting ahead. I think they've understood there's a player as they scout the vehicle out, bought out the 1v1, and Nasty with some great shots to take over FT's spot. They do gain a vehicle, can use for some coverage. Over to the side, though, it's TS starting to put the hurt onto the grandfathers here. It's Uba and Aliage left alive. Here's ADR from the side, popping some shots. Poppy's about to find the confirm onto 1, looking to do some more damage from the side as Uba steps out and nowhere really to go. He's going to peek that attention onto Na'Vi and hope that the ridges, and again, this middle field for Erangel, as long as nobody steps over that ridge, should buy him enough coverage. Just kind of lie low for right now.
Insane game, open terrain. Uber, we know he's cracked anyway, but he just understands the little dip he can play. I think there's a bit of PUBG luck there for him as well, but we'll wait and see. It's going to be a bit of a head-to-head battle. Looking at TS, though, they are down smokes. Only 2 remain in the tank for the whole team, so I fear for them a little bit. 100 ADR, you mentioned the discipline. The discipline has held out. The compound has served them well. More importantly, the end zone, if needed, will serve them well with the amount of smokes they've got potentially to launch out. 4 versus 4 v3 v2. Our grandfathers, though, work their way down. Unfortunately, the zone does not favour the old boys.
And yeah, it's just, when you're trying to pull it in, the zone's actually pulled everybody out right there. So that's going to put the hardcover compound of 100 ADR out of reach right there, all to the open fields of Erangel here. The sneaky snakes crawling through the grass, again, waiting for the perfect opportunity to catch, again, your competitor, maybe looking at the off angle, trying to catch this, a shot onto the opposing teams. And that's really what's going to give these opportunities. So, it's not going to be the 2 teams fighting, I think, that win. It's going to be that third-party shot that comes in to really, really take this game for themselves here, with there being 4 squads left and 2 of those squads having 4 players up. I mean, it's honestly going to go to positioning. IGLs have themselves a great opportunity, to really test the knowledge, test the skills, and in comes some motor shots. Let's talk about some good plays. Uba's just avoiding these knocks here barely, but talk about the heartbeat starting to race.
I think they can't get any closer to them. Good move as well, Uber. They saw him move, but and if he stayed there, again, would have been all right. Can't moan. They have to work their way in. It's very hard here from Grandfathers, right?
I mean, yeah, honestly, Uba's best bet is to just lay low, let the teams do the work, and hopefully he comes out with the second here. I mean, he could put the mechanics up and come up with the first as well, but it's going to be a hard fight as everybody has an angle on him as soon as he pops up from that field.
Yeah, and I suppose, is it that, like, hey, we can just hunker down, maybe TS, 100 ADR, they've been taking chunks out of each other. Have to wait and see, but yeah, it's difficult.
It's not something like I said, again, this is just one of those zones that it's, you know, you can go anywhere. You can play it 10 times. It's going to go a different direction every time, depending on the pace of these teams and the rotations that they take. 2 down for TS. Again, looking like that 4 now down to 2. ADR's lost 1, even in the field with Navi's 3. Just buying some time on the zone. Backside, backpedal, and shots from Navi come in. Salik will fall. As the confirmation comes through, Moss barely trying to make his way to the rock. He does, but 100 ADR should be able to scab this one up quick, and there it is. Credo find that one from the side. 100 ADR on 5 kills against Navi on 9. Now the final battle can commence. It's a 3v3.
3v3, and Navi's up here again, mate. So I can't argue with the guys that they are providing not just a great level of consistency, but more importantly, they're able to ensure they're getting in the placement points, they're getting to these top positions. 3v3 at the end. I'd say arguably, I think 100 ADR had the util. They've actually lost most of it now, and maybe Navi, they're back, give or take. It's a horrible zone. They are playing their way around. Again, take time. Let's get some get your guesses. Who is playing for Navi in chat? Oh my days! Headshot, baby.
Yikes. That's exactly what we want to see right there. Is the helmet flying off the body right there. Big shots. 4 grenades in the backpack of Tamara as well. Raining a few more shots. Looking for the knock on to HIW in the edge of the zone. And there it is. Poppy's Tamara and the rest of Navi cleans it up for 22 kills. Or excuse me, 12 kills and a 22-point victory to take home yet another victory there for Navi. That should have been enough points for them to overtake Zen. Big win there for Navi.
Yeah, very, very good win for them. Game number 1, obviously done and dusted. We got best of 6, don't forget. But Navi take the kills, they take the damage. More importantly, they will now take the assists as well. They played it well. Like, they were down on that sort of south side, weren't they, for quite some time. They obviously then worked their way in, and as a result, it became sort of a Navi championship at the end, and then obviously Navi able to claim it though. Winner chicken dinner. Navi, great games and a great number of points. 22 points though put on the board, and they were chasing that top spot anyway, but now they're able to maybe put themselves into that top spot. So 1 game yesterday, Navi failed. They came out today though, CC, and they came out swinging.
They did. Heavy hitting Navi. Didn't even need the util till the end. Took it in with some big shots. The MK12 Tamara finds the rhythm. And again, like I said, when it's not just one player that's hitting it all, and you can have every player, evening out the kills, hitting the assists, hitting the damage, that's when these teams get scary. And that's exactly what Navi's been able to compose today. We did see a good show out from Pod as well. They're able to take down one of our other top teams, Zen, in a nice, comfortable position. The util use, the push. And unfortunately, just caught into a bad spot. Everybody eventually focused their attention onto them once the util depleted. And, again, hats off, difficult rotation, difficult zone, but I think a much needed zone for these teams to put themselves to the test and get themselves, a little bit more of a challenge.
Difficult zone, yes, 100%. That zone was full open. We saw TS running open for it. You can see the guys, you're like, oh, I need to shoot them, but I've got to get to the rock. If I don't get to the rock, I'm going to die. If I get to the rock and they see me, they're going to shoot me. Bit of a crazy zone. I like it. It's kind of like raw. I call it heavyweight PUBG. We just throw in those punches. And talk about throwing some punches, we are going to take a knockout now and take a quick break. When we come back, though, we've got one more wrangle here left for day number 2. Can Navi get back-to-back wins? Who is playing for Navi? Let us know in chat. But for now, 5 minutes on the clock, and we'll see you in round number 2.
Insert amount of money.
Here we go, it's game numeral 2, and the flight path though is a shocker. We got a northwest down to the south, pushing the southwest, like what we get on game number 1 yesterday. We've got the flip side, we've got the rotate, we've got the north to south. Now, Navi went out quite early, we saw them contest, and it wasn't actually the hot drop that caused them the problem. It was later on where they're trying to rotate in, they got caught coming across by that sort of bridge down and out. Roger teams, give or take, are okay. We are seeing that sort of primal solo, so the call for them is just a hell go. We are going to try and take it apart, though. Relic and Nessa are going to take for that sort of hospital. We saw that yesterday as well. Consistent plays nonetheless. I'm just waiting for CC to come back. What I am going to do, though, is I just want to have a quick look here. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, not that one. Let's do it this way so we can still see the details in the background. There we go. Leaderboard as it stands. So obviously Na'Vi did get their leapfrog. Now they are jumping themselves up towards that sort of top spot area. Stock do go down. No change for the Woo. They hold out in 3rd. Primal now in 4th. And Pod also sneak their way in towards 5th. Solo with a bad start to the first game. They drop out. The money prize now and sitting in 6th place. Only a point in it, but Primal are ahead of them. And yet again, they are still fighting for that area. So we've got to be cautious of that one. Solo might be risking an opportunity to get through. And before I even click it, Reddick take the first seat. 16th place for them. And Nessa put some more kills on the board. We are just waiting for CT to come back. So you've got a bare waste to my casting to start with. Solo, a little bit of a different drop for them this time, as they have sort of put themselves on one side of Boatyard. Different gameplay. Don't forget Dazdo likes the off angle, so they did obviously start making the aggressive push over, and as they lined up, Primal sort of pounced just to see if they want to try and maybe take a different approach here. We saw Jogsy yesterday. He held out on the other side and might be subject to a bit of his own medicine, as Scooby is now playing forward into that exact same spot. Scooby looking to come over. Jogsy will be there watching, waiting and listening, because surely he's not going to get done by his own trick. So 7 games down. As I mentioned, though, we do have 6 days. Game 1 is done, so 5 remain. And this is that final wrangle, though, as it stands. Welcome back, CC. See you back in this one. Not missed too much. All I'm saying is that Primal leapfrogged ahead of Solo. Now Solo find themselves outside of the money pool, but yet they still go for the hot drop again.
You're telling me I'm walking back into another fight with Solo and Prime? No, I'm just kidding.
and look, we lost the team as well. Relic went down to Nessa.
Jeez.
And yes, the time's not incorrect, mate. We are 3 minutes and we already lost the team.
This is crazy action. And again, what you'd expect, from these teams. We've seen last match, we've seen the circle, and it didn't take much for these teams to react and crunch and get these points on the board. So it's not entirely surprising, but this is a similar zone as you're popping up down to the bottom right that we've seen yesterday. We had the Zarky tees. It pulled back up there towards the island. And, again, teams I think got to kind of respond to that and play into the similar positions from yesterday's rotations. And again, if you watch the 2Ds from yesterday, you probably learned a lot about these teams from where they come to where they go. As there's just, again, a lot of valuable information. A circle like this doesn't seem as common, but that flight path is a very common flight path. So I guess the zone just going to follow in suit.
Yeah, they are going to follow suit. But remember last time, grandfathers are coming the third party, but they kind of Mel lingered around and then went. You can see him now. They're going for a bit more of a wider wrap.
Yeah, I mean, and again, this is learned. Placement. SRM with the power position. I like where they're playing. They've got the compound. They've got the hillside with Shilla. We've seen them, take position last time. Again, I think we're just caught out, in a difficult position as everybody kind of collapsed on them. But, again, seeing them get that chicken dinner, they've got positioning now. It's a little bit too early on to tell, but continuing to play that position. I've seen some kills coming out from SRM, which is kind of something that I wanted to see from these guys yesterday. They found the kills, and they're starting to find that momentum here. So keep SRM on the radar here, still tuning in with Solo and Primal to just allow these guys the chance to still take this head-on fight, the fight for Boatyard. Continuing to commence. The Panzerfaust still in the back pocket of at least one of these players here, and I don't think we've seen the Panzerfaust knock yet. I mean, we've seen some good plays, shotgun plays. I don't know if we've seen the Panzerfaust knock here, actually in Boatyard.
Oh no, I've definitely not seen it. But let's go! Jogsy, he saw the nade, he wiggled back and wiggled himself down and out. Solo claimed that glorious nade. It's not just a nade, it's a fearful nade. There's 1-2. Solo making a push off, so Primal made a critical mistake, but we've seen Primal fight off the back foot and survive.
Nixie gets the Panzer up in the kill feed, so we got Panzers over here, Panzers over there. I do not like green eggs and ham, okay?
We're trying to stay in fight with both. I did message Bliss though during the break, and I said to him, that was caught on camera, mate. he was like, I am fuming as he went down on the bike. So going down to a Panzer with Nixie. I wouldn't be surprised. He is still fuming, though, on the other side. So multiple fights happening. We'll go back to the solo. I just want to stay with this one, though, because it's so critical. This is the decision that Solo are either in the placement points and the money. More importantly, the placement points are in the money bags. They're in the 5th place. They got knocked out, and they got knocked out by Primal.
Very true. Like I said, there's a lot of rotations happening here from this top 5. It hasn't been like one ringleader has just continued to reign it out. It's went from Primal to the Wu to Zen back to Na'Vi, and it's just been a heck of a run here. So to watch these guys continue it out, this is, like I said, it's just a big fight for Solo. They've lost a big opportunity for points from 45 to 46, and if they don't take this fight, which looks like they have control so far, but if they don't come out on top, again, another low point game is going to be super detrimental to Solo's, you know, furthering in this. Oh, out the window, he sees the nade in hand. Shotgun comes through, gives him the pump.
Let's go. Oh my
God. Teamwork. All right, Scoob gonna...
Solo got the win on that one. Run and gun, take it straight off that. Diffix and Nixie clear them up. We're down 13 teams. What is going on? Jeez. So, I know Bliss is not happy about the bike. He's definitely not going to be happy about that Panzer. I've got a lot for that little guy. I've got a lot of love for that guy, I must admit. Great player. Yeah, but starting the second day is not looking good at the moment for Run and Gun. Interesting though, Solo do get the better of Primal this time. So Solo put Primal out. That means they're not going to get any points. Therefore, they have the opportunity. If you look at the leaderboard, exclamation mark Twire for those that are following in on chat, and you want to have a re-look at this and keep up to date with it. The leaderboard is delayed though, by the guys. We are on a 30-minute delay, and the leaderboard is also delayed on top of that. So this stream is the quickest place to look at it, and we will continue to ensure we get it out to you as quick as we can. But as it stands, Solo are on 46 points and Prime are on 52. Pod snuck in between, little pod sandwich in between them two. Now, Solo going to be leapfrogging ahead of Pod. They've not got any kills at the moment, so Solo, as it stands, is back in the money bags, and there isn't many points left for them. There's only 2 left for them now to put Primal potentially down into that 5th spot. So Pod are still in, Solo are still in, Primal in 4th place are now out.
Man, Pod just soaring up, and here's again another opportunity for some kills against one of the close competitors here. Wu versus Pod here in this fight. Looking like, again, once a knock comes through and they identify who the fight's with, is going to just be full throttle. Right now, it's, again, just scouting the information. 48 players still up. You know, we're in phase 1, so, again, no reason to be ultra aggressive right now. It's more or less just grab that information, play your position, and wait for this late game. Pixel with some big shots coming in here. Takes the M4, catches him by surprise. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate the car. Appreciate the visit. I'll see you on the flip side.
No. Difficult combat with the scout as well. Actually, I threw my 2 cents in. It's a compound I used to play, especially for these type of zones, because as much as you can get pushed and bullied from that sort of northwest corner, that whole west side, if you can live and survive in that compound, give or take, you're not too bad. It's hard to defend the west, but very easy to defend the east. And actually, lucky enough for them, no cars, no visibility. Nobby just rolled straight into that, and Pixel was like, freebie, thank you very much.
It's unfortunate, you know, again, you know, you're doing your job, you're just trying to full send it in, everything looks so peaceful, and then shots come through, your heart rate just drops to the floor right there. And one of the most, you know, things when PUBG first came out, that initial intense heartbeat was just crazy. And, you know, I said that right there just gets the heart pumping. You're going to go into the next match and, you know, again, just kind of have some time to calm it down now. But speaking of calming down, the zone does pull out majority of the difficult water right there. So it's all back to the mainlands here. Shooting range in a very good position, looking like it's got some potential for the finish there. But over to George Pool Apartments here, we've got Team Space in it with 100 AVR. Shots right now from Mossbird. He's going to find HIW coming into the door. Confirms that one with a molly.
I think he has, you know. No. Missed him. Oh, ooh, no. He got him. So I thought he missed him.
I was going to say, I hope not. PUBG need to work on those fire mechanics if that fire didn't catch him. No.
I thought he outcrawled it. I thought his gun. 100 AVR literally falling on their sword. Had one player isolated from Team Space, but don't give even one of them space. They seem to capitalize on it. So done out workout mode. Got Panzer in his back pocket, so he needs to work an opportunity away from this one. Fear of this zone, it might play back though, continuing down towards that sort of west-hand side. We see a lot of it happen. We've got the river at the bottom. It's not like the Tega River, but there's more water, I'd arguably say, at the top that will push the zone away on that phase number 4 with normal mechanics. Most teams are spread, but I think some of that's because we lost so many teams. We're only 13 teams and there are only 44 players left.
Right, it's looking a lot more comfortable. You'd normally expect to have a couple more teams with difficult rotations in, but everybody's got a spot. Work mode them in the last one really to try to find something. We do have Fairy Tale secure with some positions in with the 2-2 split, but they're looking to regroup right now, and it's a matter of just where does workout mode stop. He's got the positioning of heavy artillery / med today. He's got 4 first aids, 15 bandos, 3 nades, and a panzer. I mean, he's got, talk about multiple positions here. 180 yard trying to be the whole squad, and now he's got nothing left but to be the whole squad. And careful driving past hype here. We've seen some good shots. Doesn't look too interested in taking down Workout yet, but after all the action there, Marcus, it's now come down to a little bit more of a passive play here on Airgale.
Yeah, it's because of these lack of teams, right? We've got freedom of movement. SRM would have had the car. They'll be focusing on the south to make sure no team comes in. Workout for 180 yard knows. Interestingly, you can see he swapped some stuff out already within the vehicle itself. So clearly more stuff in his back pocket. The mobile trader, so to speak. It might save him a little bit later. Centralized zone knows there'll be someone in that kind of plane crash position. But this is now where I feel. I look back at Solo. They are making the push now towards Newgate, who hunkered down. They made the turn. This might be the right place. Scooby should have scouted them out, I think. So they have to capitalize now. They can't be losing players like that. Like, Tokyo is resable. Res him. They're not going to push out on this one. I'd be surprised if they do. Lucky enough there's no one else coming on that sort of south side. He says he'd double check. Like, you can't be Solo. This is your game to make a difference. If you throw it away now, like, you might as well leave the drop zone to Primal.
Exactly. Like I said, so you've made it. You've made the point of they've won the fight off the drop. Now you've got to make it into the end game, because when Solo makes it into the end game, they usually make an impact. And like I said, that's where the points start to come in. Sure, they can secure the kills here early on, but those placement points are going to have to match the kill intensity and the action there. And again, we see the zone to shift one more time. It's going to take our southern teams, Newgate, as well as Solo out. Keeps SRM in a beautiful position inside the plane path, and then workout mode may have some visitors eventually here down on that south side. So much room only on that south side, and there's only one team to the north, and that's Zen. So just giving off of just teams and not having to full send across the map, majority of these teams are going to end up on the south side. So it's going to start to really congest, in this quiet, very, very peaceful pastures of Erangale are going to start to light back up the kill feed and really, really put the intensity back on. But for right now, it's a matter of get yourselves into the position. Don't lose any players on rotation, because again, going into these final few fights in the the closeness of Erangale right here is all going to come down to power in numbers here. Sure, we see duos do it. Sure, we see trips do it.
Yeah.
But the zones just, they're not making it easy for the lack of players.
No, you're right. And the zone, I think, has done these guys a little bit dirty. It just puts it on the crest of the hill. Diffix is there, so from the we obviously defended off Pod on one side, but Diffix, they're only a 2 to put themselves on this outside edge. There isn't enough of zone for, I think, Fairy Tale as they wanted to just maybe pull up and then sort of not maybe peek their head over, but be in a position the cars were alive. Diffix, though, they're waiting, stopping any kind of car, and I think Fairy Tale have gone like, do you know what, we can't take this. We need to go a little bit more towards that south to southwest. They've seen Solo, they've popped shots across the Solo, so both of these teams know they're there. But as it stands, they need to fight for a little bit more zone, a little bit more coverage, because they're not in just yet.
Man, and here goes workout mode, trying to make something happen. It looks like he was going to get aggressive there, just trying to get that flush onto Shilla, but gets the initial knocks, going to buy himself some time to get away from the fight there. His teams are starting to collect on the southern side. Scooby to find the knock onto Fairy Tale. Turbo's going to go down. Zubila on a big wrap, nade in hand. Nope, switches up, tosses it over. Bounces a little bit shy. Tree will provide some cover, so no damage to come through for Scooby. Peeks back up, gets the flush. Now looking for opposing nades to come in. In comes Fairy Tale with the rain of nades. Zubila from the side finds one, finds 2. In response, Reliant and Hicks are going to find 2 as well. It's all left up to Hicks against the Snap. Finds him at the tree, peeks out. The 1v1 commences with a side peek of Snap. is able to win it out against Hicks's there. Fairy Tale falls to Solo, and Solo with big opportunities, unfortunately drops the ball just shy of getting some more points on the board.
Shy of 1 point as well. They needed 7. They got 6. So they will change the leaderboard as it stands. We will see Primal move down, but it's just not enough. Huge opportunity missed. And an opportunity that is gained. Diffix, Big Nathan M. They understand the objective and the woo. There might be 2, but I feel like 2082 sometimes. That team is cracked. Mate, I can't sing enough praise for the woo. Anyway. I've always liked them. Love their logo. I love their team. I can't be biased in any way, shape, or form. But for me, like, I speak highly of teams, and I always say they're outside bets or they're teams to watch. The Woo, if you're new to this, a team you need to put your name down for next year. Watch these guys. I won't be surprised if you see them in some of these major events that be in that 2024 season.
Definitely teams like that with the newfound orgs and all the opportunities that should present themselves here in 2024. There's been, like you started off the stream saying, there's a lot of competitive players that have just entered the lobby, and team switches that are happening, and just really making the lobbies unpredictable. Where at a time and place there was 16 teams where you can tell we're the best 16 teams, and now it's a matter of play in position and workout mode. Avoids the knock, but shots come in from the side, and Nessa's going to get credit for that one. And like I said, you're just at a point right now where, again, it's going to depend on players and where they drop. And that roster right there, absolutely cracked, not only for the skill itself, but again, we talk teamwork, we talk cohesiveness, and that right there is all put together there by the Woo, though. Circle, shifting, and Mark, it's got us in tatters here, trying to find space inside the zone. Team space has came through, but Newgate's got to find in. The Woo has to come through. And we just have several teams trying to make their way into this next zone.
Oh, he's got to get a knock here. If you pull that trigger, there's no failing it. He's gone for the 4. Oh, he's been spotted, though. Salik does not drop the ball. Good shots. Nade to 5. Doesn't know if anyone else, but that there is a pinpoint accurate, though. Newgate is making the push forward. Surely the argument now is to stay alive. You've not got the benefit of doubt. You can push away, surely, but unfortunately they're pushing away now. Pixel, correct player as well. Already a kill on the board. Here's the third party action. Newgate has to turn back, though. Now sees that team space, figuring out who they're trying to fight. And the discipline from Pixel might serve him well. He gets some shots. There's one. He has to get the res or the new mag back on the board. There's no opportunity, though, for Newgate to get the res. The second set of util comes through. There's the nade, and then there's nowhere to go. Newgate's shut down, and team space will annihilate them.
Mossboard, big play coming out there for TS. Came in huge to secure his team. Should be able to get the res here on a Salik as well, leaving them up as the duo. But then that's the Woo. Smells the blood in the water. Should see some util use in diff. We watched him throw a nade. Nicely placed last time. It's more nade on the top of TS. Starts some shots, finds Salik. Goes to find the second, but Moss is just built so different right now. That is the 3rd kill in a row. Just non-stop firepower coming out from Mossboard. Nixie, the last left alive. 3 kills on the board now. This is going to take some blue damage. Another res for Salik as Mossboard picks it up. Nixie's going to step up. Should eventually get some vision, but really trying to make sure he's got as much HP to take this next fight in. Now Pixel steps in, knocks Salik. Nixie gets an opportunity to come up over the ridge. He's going to step up. Doesn't spot Salik yet, but at least hears the sound cue. Gets the kill. Secures it onto Salik, and now can turn the attention over to Moss. Just has to be very careful how he takes the approach there.
Moss is waiting. Smoke is about to bloom. He's trying to follow that smoke back, and Nixie clearly needs some more bits and bobs. But unfortunately, Moss has other problems, and that is in the way of a team Hype Beasto moving their way down. 4 sweeping. SRM also now coming alive there. Nixie also doing the same. Using the smoke angle nicely. Those going back, you see the guy's not spraying the smoke. So you know he can. There's a lot of places he can hide. Maybe SRM will get eyes on. I don't think not, though. Nixie is going to take a potential 4-on-1, and Hype Beasto pretty close to him. They want to do it. Otto about to come out the smoke himself. There's a good blue will cause some damage, but Kino will end the day. Nixie down and out, though. The Woo literally dying their swords. That team never dies defensively.
It was crazy to see them kind of go out. They were just sandwiched in, from a few teams there, chasing the zone the entire time from the rest of these teams. I mean, SRM now was in the center of the zone here, pool 2 the south. So, I mean, we watched all the southern teams just slowly but surely find their way here into the playing path. As SRM's been taking count, been taking names, and has basically secured themselves the spot. Grouped up all towards the head of the plane. This allows Na'Vi the chance to come down to the bottom, but it's Grandfathers in it with Pod right now. Pod has lost one. The second knock, the nade, almost to find the final member. Rocks, but Uba, steps up over the top. Find the final member there. SRM now looking at Grandfathers here. Take on this next fight. 2 teams still live to the south, but 5 all day. A lot of 4-man squads still here in the final few zones.
This is mad. That's why I'm taking the fights on multiple fronts here. Looks like this is 3 really focusing on kind of on this Grandfather squad. As Baron Peak, though, is the one maybe trying to take the third-party action over on that Na'Vi. Hypebeast go down. Na'Vi yet again, CC, is in a top 4 position. 4v4, v4, v3. Maybe the extra player will serve the rest of the team as well, but we know so far, hey, Na'Vi have been looking strong, even if they're down numbers.
Very strong, and again, we also can't count Zen out. We've seen Vazku with some big plays, and he's got that off angle. He's looking on the Navi's position now, and if he can get the knock, it'll open it up for SRM. SRM can easily collapse, and then we can have that fight to break out between the two. It's the Grandfathers. So I'm kind of just hoping they just let the fights commence, because if they get in too early with this fight against SRM, it's going to allow Na'Vi a little bit more space, a little bit more time to collect themselves, and then again, you know, that could be a potential another dub for Na'Vi. All the teams are pushed out of the zone, though, so it's Zen basically holding it out, and maybe this is going to force Grandfathers now with the fight to SRM, allowing Zen and Na'Vi to kind of take this. It really does come down to the timing here, but SRM's been comfortable. And unfortunately, they're going to have to get out the couch, make their way into the next zone here, and it looks like the focus seems to be towards Na'Vi.
Interesting, yeah, they changed this sort of 3-1 spirits. Baron Peak was the only one holding. They now look for maybe a car. They're just going to try and sort of thread the needle over to the other side of the zone. Is SRM trying to play late game now? Then they are moving their way down, but with no one really apart from one player from Zen in the zone, it becomes a bit of a dogfight actually. As Baron Peak, he's got no lids. I know he's got level 1 is bonnet, but there's nothing on there. The util is coming through. He's ready Zen to catch up with this one. Na'Vi, our objective's quite clear, and that is to push through SRM here. Let's see what they can do. It's a 4 versus 3. Nade comes out, and Baron Peak's a perfect nade over the top.
First one comes through in response. Nade's coming back. The Molotov just shy of getting the res, or getting the knock onto Baron Peak right there. Util's coming in. Tamara blinded. Poppy's still trying to feed out that information from the side. Margarita should be holding the off angle there, but found by CCI. Next able to come through. Tamara still blinded. Takes a little bit of blue damage. Steps out. Gets the 1v1 with CCI. CCI will fall. Tamara with a nice little transfer there. Finds the second. Looking to find the final member. Baron over the top there. As from the back, Mel gets the knock onto Odin. It's a 1v1. Tamara steps up. Looks to get it, but from the back, still support coming in from the Grandfathers. I don't know how Tamara's even managed to survive this long.
Oh my god, Peaky boo, Tamara's going for it, does get at the end, so swipe though from Na'Vi, pick out SRM, 1 help though from our Grandfather squad. We go down to a 4v4, and Na'Vi can't put back-to-backs though. Uber already leading his way forwards, then on the other hand though, here's Scav with a P19 hand. They were millimeters away from potentially catching out our team as Na'Vi were sort of that push in, but the sandwich wasn't quick enough, therefore Na'Vi wasn't squished out just as easy as expected. SRM, they fall. I think they'd be disappointed if I'm honest with you, but we get a nice 4-4 hit.
I'm kind of glad that, again, Zen and Grandfathers played it out the way they did. Both the teams waited for the fight to commence. They got position on the zone. They weren't really so concerned on taking the frontal fight. They worried about position. They re-rotated. Grandfathers went all the way from the southern part of that plane path there at the head, all the way up to where they're at, leaving Uba still to kind of, you know, wait for some leverage, wait for some, you know, secret wraps that are coming through, but has power up towards the top side of the hill there. So they've taken the position away from Zen, and now it's all a matter of just putting the gun skills where the gun skills matter here, winning these 1v1s, taking the fight to Zen, and keeping the aggression once they find these first knocks here. I think both teams have an equal amount of util, so it's a matter of just keeping them in play as Grandfather starts to bait it out, starts to pull some in. It's really going to come down to, again, these 1v1 fights, taking it, trading your angles, and making sure that if the knock comes through on one side, you have the trade immediately.
Yeah, it's going to be a pressure. Now, Zen do have a wider split. The initial shot comes from Zen, so look at that. Alia does look up high. If you start shooting, we'll get some more information. He's cautious though. Initial shots come out. Zen do sneak their way around. A bit more of a 2-2 split. Big Nate comes down here, but Grandfather's down to a 3. We did see capabilities of 3 versus 4. Did get the win though for them. And look at that, Uber is at the top, but he's down to a 1 shot anyway, so height advantage there. The rest of them are trying to chuck as much util as they can. Face number 7, you can kind of see this potentially going. The Grandfather's being eager to try and keep Zen out. I think they're going to try and push for the end zone.
That's all it comes down to. Mel trying to fight the fight between 2 players up top. Support comes in from Levante, but not quick enough for Nookie's nade to get the knock here. Levante in response, chucking a few nades of his own, trying to get that damage. Uba putting some shots in from the side, gets the knock onto Mize. Levante with a nice knock now onto Nookie. It's nades being traded back and forth. The 2v2 starts to commence. Levante with some more util tossed up, maybe sticking the res here onto Mel, but Vascu keeping the pressure coming inside the smoke. Is going to crawl. Mel drops another one on to just buy some more time, but the util drops right past the blue zone's perfect. Pushes Mel out of the smoke towards the vehicle. Does some damage and now forces Levante in a little bit more of a frontal fight, but it's Zen who's put the opposition in, but not only the opposition, have put the defense in. They've been able to get both reses onto the players, so Zen back up to 4 now.
Yeah, all that work done though from Grandfathers and hitting the heavy punches. They are taking a little bit longer to get that res on. You got to argue Zen surely wouldn't have made that push over. You pick up two knocks like that. They're just not going to play over on you like that. So, again, good play eventually. I like Zen, though. They want to keep the numbers up. They know those extra 2 guns were going to take an advantage. It's now an extra 1 gun as it goes back to a 4v3. And actually, less PUBG does the Grandfathers dirty, arguably say that they almost have better zone control.
Oh, yeah. And that's what they made sure of there coming in phase 6 to phase 7. They made this wrap. Zen was trying to make this approach, and I want to say it was Mize, but once
it was, yeah.
And once one of the Grandfathers had pulled up, you know, Mize gives this information, everyone was kind of like, oh, we're beat, but still was at least able to take down Elia right there. And, you know, again, so good reads from Zen. They understand, you know, that what they needed to do, that they were beat slightly, but still making the best of a bad opportunity here. You know, they find the off angle, they take it off, they do identify Uba at the same time, so it's a matter of, you know, just discipline in the plays here, and they're really, really passive on these pushes, not overstepping the boundaries here. And that's really, really buying them the time here. So phase 8, 15 seconds on the clock till we get that final phase 9 and starts to commence here. And we may see it actually pop the phase 9 because these teams are really, really trying to make sure this dub goes their way.
Yeah, Mel's using the only hardcover he's got. But wait and see. Uber, despite being really open, is one of the first people that will see the teams as they come up and over. Headshots though come in. Looks like Zen's heads are being spun left, right, and centre though. The information I think from Uber is the 1 forward, but they may well pick up 1. There goes 2. Here comes the wrap up high though. Vascu instantly trying to generate, goes towards the rock though. Uber instantly on the other side. Gets some shots, doesn't quite get the connection needed. Nice repeat though, but instantly into the 5.56. Uber needs to deal with Vascu and he needs to deal with him quickly.
8 bounces, gets the knock. It's huge. Now the 3v1 for Uba. Uba looking to get another highlight reel for PUBG here. He's got the util in hand, tosses the stun out. There is still 1 player down, Mel, to feed some information over to Uba, trying to help him out for the time being. Cracked vest. He's got the level 2 helm. Molotov comes in hot. Just shy of the position here, but at least not able to get that res. Zen for sure down to 3. He's not worried about the flush. He's just trying to take this fight to the rest of Zen. He's got a little bit better of positioning, can use the rock for quite some time here, but Zen going to make it hard for him to take this 3v1, still with some util in the bag and zone to play on.
You know, Uber got the med on quite quickly. I don't think I said he's not worried about the information. Oh my days! Scav! Woo! Disgusting! I thought that was going to go a bit longer, but Scav was like, nah, mate, I need a Rosie Lee. Get me a cup of tea. I will send Uber straight out. Irrelevant if he's got his own little promo videos nowadays. Zukdanan, they will take it. Good play from them. They went back to hold that zone, though. Massive shot, though, as obviously the Grandfathers worked in very much on that east. They put themselves in the damage and the assist, but they don't get the kills. He goes to TS.
Crazy. Like I said, when it lines up that way to do all that work and just not have it, a lot of that damage came from that final fight. And again, they just weren't able to capitalize. Like you said, it's a hard read when it's action packed. It's nonstop like that. You don't expect, that Zen to push, but you also don't want to get caught just running across, that open field and then go down. So, a much drawn out fight. I think a much needed fight, but a very difficult one for these teams to take. And unfortunately, it just ended up taking off that the little bit of heat there at the moment. Zen held tight, and we're able to just basically hold tight of a bad position there. Nothing to take away from Uba and the squad. Their grandfather's great fight, but Zen's just really, really collected themselves here throughout this tournament this time.
I think it's worth noting as well, Zen changed from a very aggressive stance. Remember, CC, they were pushing forward. They had them on the back foot. They had the numbers. 4 versus 3. We got this, lads. Push, 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 push. They received 2 knocks. Grandfathers were there waiting, watching, wait for them to sort of pounce over their trenches. But with the 2 knocks, whoever the IGL for Zen is, I don't know. I'll try and figure out and let you guys know in stream. It was a stop, get the reses, cover, get those reses one at a time. We're back down to 4 guns. Like, yes, it went back to a 4 versus 3. They couldn't get the confirm, and eventually, obviously, they stuck the res themselves. But I did like that play. I like that dynamic that we can get from some of these teams, that we can go from a very aggressive towards a very passive, or, again, thinking end game, thinking that it's not just over, thinking there's not just 3 people that we need to storm our way through. So good play from them. Talk about a game switch, though. We are going to switch it up now. We're going to take a quick break, though. When we come back, it's going to be the wonderful Tego. I thought it was going to be passive yesterday. He went hyper-aggressive. I'm going to say it's hyper-aggressive today. Hopefully we get it a bit passive. But for now, quick break. I'll see you guys in Tego.
Broke the mold.
All right, everybody, and as we enter the top of Tago here, lots to talk about here for the leaderboard, lots of switches happening, and lots of things starting to make their way to the top. Zen trying to regain control there over Na'Vi. Na'Vi making a great stand to put themselves in the Woo as well, doing themselves a lot of work to get themselves inside that top three. Still consistency from these three teams here. Primal and Solo continuing to battle it out there on Erangel, and this is where we start to see the difference between the two teams. They don't hot drop. They start to get a little bit more of their own territory and their own game style. And again, that's to round out the top five. Pod still hanging tight, top six, as the Grandfathers continues to talk themselves into that top five as well, sitting now in seventh with 46 points just behind Pod. To round out the top eight, it's Team Space, again, putting up a good fight. They did some damage to the Woo there on the backside, and we're able to maintain, again, some position, some points, as well as that end game there. So there it is, 8 teams, top 8, rounding it out, 64 players back over the top of Tago, and I'm joined with the amazing Mark Power.
Yeah, no hot drops this one. And surprisingly, I think Solo got a bit of a blessing. Yes, they beat Primal. Let's not hide anything away from that. That zone is horrible. We'll come back to that in a second. Park that pin. But Pod also didn't capitalize. Primal went out. They had to sit and watch Solo. Solo had the opportunity to catch up. They didn't put enough on the blade. They needed the additional 8 to go over. 7 was the case. They're 52 apiece, right? So they are now drawing. Lucky enough, though, with Solo, they've put more placement points on. They've actually put 4 more placement points on than Primal. Therefore, they are in 4th compared to Primal in 5th. Both those teams storing the money bags. But Primal went out and Solo went out, and you're the sandwich filler in the middle. Pod should have gone, do you know what, we need to have a good game. But they tried to push in on the Woo. They tried to push in Grandfathers coming around. They just got caught, and unfortunately for them, unable. So Pod dropped down, Primal dropped down a place. Worth mentioning, as you said, Grandfathers working their way up. Team Space now find themselves in that top 8 position. Hype Beast also got up. SRM also got up. SRM working their way up. A team which I'd expect to be in that top section anyway, but this is proving how stacked this lobby really is. Na'Vi do claim that top spot again, 95 points for them, 82 is for Zen, and the Woo will round up in 63. No change as it stands though for game 1, 2, and 3. Has anybody got anything in the tank to stop Na'Vi? We're about midway now. Going into game number 3. We've only got 1 Vikendi and 2 Miramars after this one, and then we got best of 6 tomorrow. So this is the time. If you want to climb that leaderboard, it's possible, but you've got to make it happen now.
Definitely can't leave anything left for day 3. If you're waiting to catch up on the final day, you leave yourself a little bit too much work, and with the consistency from some of these top teams, I mean, it's going to make that work that much harder here. So if you can end the day here on a high note, the difference from that first to 5th place position, again, pretty substantial difference as far as money goes, entered into the, some tourneys, some logos, some things going on. It's Christmas. Who doesn't want to take a little bit of extra cash for their org? And again, just to put that team in a better position, enjoy the holidays with that much more. So we've got no hot drops here for Tago, so a little bit quieter of a start to Tago here. Teams starting to take some early rotations, realizing how ugly that zone is, and maybe now time to kind of revisit that. There's about 40% unplayable on that zone, a lot of end. And we're going to see, I think, a few teams, Mark, start to rotate to that, red line, I call it there, at the edge of the map to just kind of hold, again, the back. You don't have to worry about teams falling in. You also, can, again, just start to scout the opposing rotating teams. Given that there's such a short range from the backside to the road here, you get a lot of important information as far as rotation goes come from some of these trenches.
Yep. Nice rotate. Obviously, New G coming over this way, but part of run and gun, threading the needle just before them. The other two, though, hopefully are not going to get called that it's a clear run, because they will get caught up by New G. Zones need to come in, or teams need to come in. Zone definitely needs to come in, but you mentioned that red line of doom. It is going to be difficult because teams mean we need to fight our way in. 16 teams, 64 players in the lobby. What we say?
That to be a little toxic here too, Mark, and we're gonna send some airport love, airport finish.
You think so? I was gonna say, I think with that red line, what's it like? 20% out, like unplayable. So 16 teams need to sort of hunker in, hunker down. But you called it right yesterday when it came down to the zones on this map. So look, I'll give you your airport. I think it's going south. I was wrong yesterday. Hopefully I'll be wrong again today, and we might get those glorious golden fields of airport.
No, we got to give Mark some credit. Mark going to get the circle up today. I'm talking airport being toxic over here. Come on, CC. Let these players have a real match here for Tego.
You loved it yesterday. You was like, it was going to the town. It was going Dog, and he did. He refused to give up Go Dog.
So we'll see, guys. I won't talk too much, but if it's going airport, we're going airport.
yeah, if CC calls it, CC's right.
Hype Beast, though, taking a lot of pressure away from Nessa right now. Zen thought about joining the party here. There's a couple of pop shots come out, I think, rethinking the positioning there in Kang Nguyen. So we'll start to kind of backpedal their way out. But it's one of the top players for Relics here, and that's Bomb, kind of in a 1v1 with Quizzy. Taking his way back, shaking his head a little bit, avoiding, trying to make sure. Don't shoot me. Nope. Nope. Makes it away.
Yeah. Wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Hell no, we're out of here. Quizzy obviously has stepped in this evening. Nixie obviously extending forward. I think there's no doubt Quizzy would have heard him as well. So both players hearing each other. Nixie though, Nixie shots come over, but cresting the grass, cutting the lawn, but not cutting the knocks though, as it is. Nixie goes back. I think that was the objective achieved. I think there's someone in front of me and bait some shots.
Trying to get it out, trying to get it over. Relics and the rest of the squad is sitting there waiting for the head peaks to come through. But in other news, Na'Vi starting to take the fight with TS. 2 knocks already down, and there's Relics from the side, all the way from the other side where we just came from, getting a knock onto TS as well. So, they've got their hand in the candy jar here, trying to hope for the best, and so far it's working out. Mossbird again coming out big, finds a knock, finds a flush. Tamara there instantly for the response. It's all up to Lilik. Team space to try to fight it out. Shots through the smoke, but does not connect with the barrel. Trying to respond, trying to find some way to recover for the team here, but in comes the support from Na'Vi. I see some vehicles starting to load up, drive through. Lilik does spot this out. Shots come through. Needs a headshot to connect, but it's Poppies from the vehicle. Na'Vi, baby, out on top. One more time, 4 more kills given to them. Our first team eliminated here for Tego.
Oh my days. Can anyone stop Na'Vi? There's been obviously rumours of who it is and where and all that, and some people say it's going to be some Ukrainian players we've never heard of. Those shots don't come from Ukrainian players we've never heard of. That's what I'm saying, all right?
Those plays are definitely coming from some players who have put themselves on the map somewhere, somehow. Yes. I'll give you one random for Na'Vi, maybe. One random, but there's got to be some heavy-hitting names behind those tags coming for Na'Vi.
Great play so far, and I said yesterday, like at that first game out, and they went down early. I was like, maybe it is a full random team. Obviously, I've heard the rumors. I kind of trying to put 2 and 2 together myself. Oh my days! Ashida puts 2 and 2 shots together. He lays down the law. Obviously, SRM are out, but then the second game onwards, and you're like, nah, these are players that I've casted before, 100%.
Hands down, they understand the rhythm, right? I mean, it's not just hello, Woo just comes in, takes down Nessa, but they understand the rhythm and the momentum needed to take these games. Again, they're changing the pace from fast to slow in order to get these Kins, the aggression from on to off, and there's just hype. Unfortunately, not having the day that they did yesterday, were I think a little bit better composed as they're just struggling to find some points here on day number 2 here. Still on the right-hand side of that leaderboard, hype. Now dropping further and further as teams like 100 ADR and Team Space start to find that consistency. This is now a few games in, and we've watched Hypebeast kind of go from that left hand over to the right hand and continuously dropping themselves down. So maybe just a little bit more of a let's huddle up, boys, and regroup here as we enter into Vikendi and Miramar. Day's not over. The comp's not over. We're halfway through here as we are finally 9 matches into the day here. It's looking like we've got 9 more to come here. If you need to find that footing, as Mark said, don't waste the time. Find it now, get it in, and put those potential points on the board, though. Much like Pod, trying to get this kills. Na'Vi finding a few more to add to their total as Pod's like, you know what? We'll see these guys on the flip side. We'll catch you guys here towards the end.
We're just to see as well, because this is the point where you might make the decision as a team to push into Na'Vi. Take the third-party action, like, if you can. Obviously, Pod losing one day, I wouldn't be surprised if they disengage, rethink about it later. But teams, as we get, maybe not the next day, maybe the zone after, if you've got Na'Vi neighbouring you, and they get a knock and maybe receive a knock, maybe it's a call to go, do you know what? I think I need to make the push here.
No, Zima, don't do it.
That was good display.
Oh, nasty started steps? Maybe?
No, he's made it.
Oh, he is. Oh, there we go. I thought he was just stopping. Gets the energy drink off. We got 6 smokes here for Zima, too. Nasty inside the vehicle. Steps out. Pops out. Goes for some shots. Nasty has no idea what's happening. Only one to connect.
No!
And ooh.
Got away with it.
A little bit of an angel over there on Nasty's shoulder. So Zima just failing to connect with those shots right there. So Na'Vi hangs tight. Not losing one in what looked to be a bad opportunity for them there, but makes it happen.
Jeez, crazy game so far.
Crazy day today. I mean, day one, I thought, was action-packed, but this is just crazy and chaotic. So it was all about the zones and then the mixed match of just, comfort to uncomfort, for certain teams yesterday. Today, it's just collected chaos. There is no rhyme to the reason.
Yeah, might be madness, mate.
I love it. I love it. This is exactly what we sign up for, though, as far as the casting. It's a little bit hard to tell. I feel bad for Mark trying to pop from the action from here to there, from, just everywhere, because it's literally just nonstop on the map. But Care Pack's dropping in the face of Kang Nuang, and that's going to be huge for our Wu squad. Sitting in the center of that zone, pushed out Zen, had just secured 2 squads to take full control there of Kang Nuang, and if that's not going to add points where it's needed, they are coming into this match 30 points below Na'Vi. So are going to need some huge points to put them up and close that gap as Na'Vi just continues to stay consistent. Finding themselves at least 10 points a match here. I think an average of 8.6, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Something's popped up. I'm going to try and cover as many games as we can this evening. I think we're definitely going to get 4. Maybe we'll be able to squeeze a 5th out. So we might miss a game, maybe 2 this evening. So apologies for that bad news. It's not bad news, as in my son's birthday, but I need to go take him somewhere very quickly. The missus is not back yet, so we're going to try and keep it going as quick as we can. We definitely got this map, guys. We definitely got Vikendi. It might be the Miramars we might need to catch up with, especially from a 2D point of view later on this season, but we'll keep you posted anyway. For now, we are working our way. 11 teams solo go down, and interestingly, Pod take solo. So that little story that's kind of happening on the edge of the prize pool is still underway. Closer and closer we get down to the end tier. Pod, Primal, and Solo will not give each other an inch, let alone a mile.
Now those teams continuing to just make everybody's journey that much harder moving forward here, and we're looking at Grandfathers trying to enter that talk as well, and along with 100 ADR here. I mean, teams just continuing to get themselves up there, 1 game away from being in contention with Solo, Pod, and Primal. So, one bad game could be Grandfathers and 100 ADRs. Good game to take this on. So, we may end the day here. If we do on Vikendi, we miss the Miramars. We may come back to a completely different leaderboard with those 2 games, making, again, day 3 just super spicy and super ready for these teams to kind of get themselves into that money pool and really still have a chance to fight for those top 4 and 5 positions.
It's going to be a fight for the top 4. Na'Vi thinking they're going to extend all the way down towards zone. The zone sometimes blesses the golden Na'Vi sign that rolls back that way. List, interestingly, not down on the bike this time, but this time getting some kills on the board potentially as he's trying to end pods. Oh, nope. Not able to do it. Pin denies, and they should now be able to get that res. That's really unfortunate. Bliss needs to get a bit of love, but the team is close enough to him. I wonder if Pin knows that he's on his Todd. Maybe their single shots weren't enough to provide the cover, and Bliss is under pressure now. Pin coming his way.
Looks like he's understood what needs to happen here. 100 ADR coming in from the backfield as well. They're going to take some interest onto this. Pin does confirm his kill there onto Bliss, and Bliss just unfortunately can't find the rhythm for RNG. Caught in some bad spots today. 3 still up for RNG, looking like they were trying to find the revenge there onto Pin, but Pin gets the flush, pulls back, roosts back up with the rest of Pod still in a hardcover compound. Honestly, Pod could find themselves a little bit further into Fairy Tail's position, moving themselves a little bit closer to that next zone. But 100 ADR takes control. There's Max now in a tough position as the rest of ADR comes in to join the compound. He's going to have to defend against full 4 of 100 ADR. Does the support come in from the side, or do we just tend to see a little bit more of a snake play as he's going to just try to buy some time inside the house here?
Yeah, it is a difficult one. I kind of think, why is Max not with the boys? Like, why is he not with Bliss? Why are they not on the 2-2? I don't know the advantage of holding this compound. It's so close to the outside edge. Looks like 180 or 100% know he's here. Anyway, Blue Zone Nade turns him back around, and more util will come back his way. Molly is going to be short. Nade the same, so quite lucky. But the FAMAS will rain shots through, down to 1 HP. Has a full med kit. Might be able to get away with it, but he's got no backup. He's got no support. Maybe he's praying for some teams to come in, but no. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And IMAX, which I think should have been with Bliss, goes down.
And fortunately, had he been with Bliss, Best would have been able to stick the res, maybe hold off pin, not lose both players here into just, unnecessary holds, I think, down there towards the south. So now it's RNG. Great spot, center zone, 2 players. And again, had that could be 4, may potentially see themselves a nice end game here, being that that's just a little bit more opposing of a threat with 4 guns popping off inside that compound than just the 2. So we'll see how they hang tight and maintain their in positioning here as we catch up with Primal, fighting it out with Relic here to the side. Daz is caught in the middle of all 4 Relic players here, trying to debate his way out, actually pressuring his way forward, trying to find that knock on to Shoxy right there. But it's Bomb who's got Daz spotted out in his own, so his work cut out for him. Not ready to take these shots because we'll give his information to the rest of Primal that he's so close and so far away from Relic. It's coming down to timing. Daz actually going to take a little blue damage to secure the vehicle, and this may give Bomb the opportunity take these shots here on to Daz, but looks like the Ridge providing the cover. Primal regroup as the 4, and it looks like now a 4v4 for both squads as they kind of just dilute the fight here.
I think that's good for Bomb, if I'm honest with you. Like, you didn't have to force the position, you didn't have to give away anything away. Now, yeah, obviously no one's going to die on the sword. Primal's not going to push over to Relic here, but again, you can see him just farming information, now taking some shots themselves. Zone shifts again down towards that sort of south to southeast side. We still have a bit of the outside edge in, we still have that unplayable, but again, I don't want to go back, I don't want to harp on this too long, but run and gun, they wanted sort of 2-1-1 split, and the one, holding the compound out there, but the other boys were in this compound centralized up, and even if the zone shifted towards that west hand side, they would have still been in.
You know, I mean, it all comes down. Na'Vi takes the full send up north, and again, sometimes the rotation just doesn't always pay off the way that you think it's gonna. And that just was a gamble Na'Vi took, and it just unfortunately doesn't work out. Relic takes the gamble slowly but surely. They're gonna beat Na'Vi just to step in, maybe looking to gatekeep these guys out, but Primal takes some shots. Pressure coming in from Woo as Nixie looking to confirm that shot. Smoke's coming out. Elska does fall. So one more in the bag of Woo. And now we've got one more player for Primal, just trying to secure a position. In comes Fuzzface, and the rest of Primal should be there to support hopefully soon, but he's got the blue zone nade, goes for the vehicle. It's up, it's over. Inside the vehicle, Daz is going to make his way in, but just shy, realizing that nades are coming through. Util is there, looking to now hold the fight here against Fuzzface with the nade in hand. Pops up, pops over. Gets the knock on to Daz. Now Primal losing 2 players. Fuzz on the push, and Woo looking to control this western part of the zone. Back to the top, though, with Primal also taking the fight here with Relics, who we've seen kind of, draw the fight out. They drew the line. They stopped for a second, and in comes the pressure from Relics here at the perfect time. It's Shoxy looking to find the final player inside the grass there. Confirms 1. Peeks up. Novi goes for the shot. Shoxy caught completely off guard. The Ridge will provide that little bit of cover. Over the top steps Noel. Noel is able to get it, but not before Novi can get the knock here.
Yeah, but I know exactly where he is now, and here comes the util. Bounce kind of nicely, does not get too far away. We'll be looking to try and get that confirm out. There goes the smoke and the flash, and that'll be enough to maybe stop the initial shots coming over. Novi will be looking to maybe underarm and expect him to maybe push. He doesn't. He goes for long distance. Bomb also doing the same here. There we go. Using the smokes nicely to all get the confirm and back into the hunker of the dip. This is what I love. It is going towards that kind of like airport fields. We do hunker on a little bit on that more southern side. Primal down to a 1. Fuzzface again looking for some more kills. We know how good Fuzzface is anyway, let alone giving him freedom and movement like this to be able to pick up some more kills. He's now working his way forward though. Relic lose 1. They're going to try and pick up Novi. Fuzzface getting eyes on as quick as he can.
He's just taking that vehicle everywhere with him. Drive-by shots, stops, pops a few shots, gets back in the vehicle, rotates onto the next right here. Fuzzface just continuing that momentum forward. His nades just shy of the blue zone. Should push Noel out of the little crevice there as it starts to come through. Avoiding the damage, at least for now. Relic's holding as the 3. They've got the solo Primal member inside the smoke, and Fuzz should be able to do the damage there from the side, but taking a lot of pressure from Zen. He's kind of caught off. His vehicle seems to be taken away as well. So there we go. We are going to lose Novi. Primal to fall there again. Nowhere really to go. Relics and Navi still to the top, trying out to exist. Fairy Tail stepping in from the back may have a big factor helping Relics win this fight if they can find the backside of Navi. But inside the vehicle, Bomb full sends. He's going to take his attention towards Fuzzface. There's just a lot of third-party shots coming in from all over the place here.
Fuzz just wants to take the third party and clear some shots, and Zen are like, no, you cannot get out of here. You cannot take any more here. Navi, though, right in between there, push themselves. We are seeing Fairy Tail, as you mentioned, though, trying to get that third party action. And yet, on the other side, Pod doing the same as Zen. They're refusing to allow our Fairy Tails up. Zone's going to push, though. It is phase number 5. Both these teams, or all of these teams, now need to get shifting themselves, though. Relic lose down themselves to 1. Bomberlover is the only Relic that remains. And he will go for a full send through the middle into the heart and soul of the terrain, trying to find any bump or crevice he can to try and survive, as so does Fairy Tail. Quick decision making for them. They are going to focus themselves back out to his western side and stop anybody else coming in.
Nice hold coming out from Fairy Tail. If they're going to be able to maintain this without RMG peppering shots in the back, as I say that, Abdu is going to find Turbo there, pinned to confirm. Fairy Tail, the first team in to hold out both Zen and Navi, 2 of our top teams. Vehicle explosion just outside of Vasquez's shack right there. Nade and Util is coming in from FT. Fairy Tail with some nicely placed Util, nicely placed shots. Looking to get these knocks, looking to get the finishes, and there it is. Snap and Zubila with some excellent placed Util destroy Navi, and a brigade of utility use there. And now it's just one player for Zen left in the shack. Wu holding here on the western side. Pod continuing to hold themselves and again shoot that Fairy Tail team in the back. It's a lot of third-party shots. Nobody's really fighting the team at hand. It's everybody's focused on another team and then getting taken down from the back. Talk about Tego, and this is how it looks.
Yeah, he's mad. Newgate, no, they're trying to fight for a little bit of southern side, but they're losing numbers as well. And they are really coming to their own, I feel like, on this last part of the this day. Shots though coming over. Fairy Tail are down. Grandfather's now under pressure of the Wu. Diffix is down and out though. Nixie making the drive forward, and Grandfather's going to be subject to towards more of a Nixie push though. A bit of a slower push though. Fuzzface down in the open terrain though. Grandfather's though, maybe one of the best car forts I've ever seen. It's actually nearly a full circle.
It literally is a full circle with the backside of that ridge right there. Working out super nice right now as far as the reses go. We do still have Nixie and Fuzzface down as the res comes through onto Diff. It's going to be very difficult for them to make this rotation. Nade, not enough bounce, almost ruins the car fort. They're at least pushing some sort of entry. They've also got some foldable shields now down to, again, avoid that splash damage coming out from the nade. So it's going to take a nicely placed nade in order to get these knocks. Snaps from Fairy Tail to find the knock onto Diff. The smoke finally comes through to destroy and take away that off angle for Fairy Tail. So Quizzy should be able to stick the res. They are going to lose both Nixie and Fuzzface there inside that zone. Nade bounces over, but just shy. Still not going to confirm. Quizzy continuing to hold. Fairy Tail with 2 down. Misses the res by just a second right there. So it's Quizzy, this last player left alive for the Wu. 2 for Fairy Tail. If they can't get the res here on to Snap, it's going to go down to just those 2, but potential for 3 if Fairy Tail can stick the res.
Oh, I thought they were going to run straight into that there. Another nade maybe, but I think he's got it. Quizzy, final player though. He's very far on the outside, and he has to focus his attention back towards kind of the Grandfathers. Outside the zone, 9 kills though. The Wu really one for chasing kills, chasing players, and oh, Quizzy just takes the third shot. It's like, you're not even peeking me properly. Let me just tuck you in like it's bedtime.
He straight tucked him in right there. I mean, the 1 peek, 1 tap, the 1 hitter quitter with the Dragonov here, able to take some much needed shots. Then he turns his attention to New G and says, see you later.
New G pulls up, I got you, brother. I know we're not the same team. We're going to cover each other. We're going to work our way in. We're 2 solo warriors. Quizzy goes, no, mate, I've got this by myself. Turns and deletes that final player, though, from New G. Fairy Tail get rid of freedom movement. They can now take the pressure on towards our Grandfathers. Nade comes in. There goes 1. Final player, Ali, are going to be under pressure now. As that car is going to explode. Doesn't think it's going to go his ways. That other car will provide an element of cover though. Now does the spot. Good spray though out on the other side though. Here comes the push. Fairy Tail still pushing their way forward. Third party action as always. Tego the third party action though over the top and far away. And Fairy Tails will live to fight another day.
GG's. Grandfathers again inside the top 5, but fall in 5th. Top 4 teams now come alive. 180R again, the 3rd time continuing to keep themselves inside the talk. Did have one bad game today, but consistency coming in from 180 arc from the last match in day 1 into day 2 here. You love to see these guys finding that footing, continuing to climb that right-hand side of the leaderboard. And if they keep this momentum up, we could be seeing them towards the end of the day into that top 5 position here. So 180 arc, keep doing what you're doing, find this rhythm, collect it together, and continue that play along with Pod here to the side here. Again, these are some of the teams that we seen last night in the final moments of day 1. Here it is, day 2. They're coming back alive. They're showing it wasn't just a fluke. It wasn't just an end of the day. Teams were quitting. Teams were done. This is them showcasing again halfway through the day inside these top 5. Nade comes in big, but barely avoids the knock. Presenti with next to no HP, still alive. And Pod now holding it out against RNG.
Like RNG, they're trying to make something happen. They're on bottom of our leaderboard at the moment, taking on Pod though. The car. Done and dusted, mate. Oh, that one gone as well.
A little go slide, you know.
A little slide to the left, slide to the right. It's final zone this time. Izum and Pin still got nades in their hands. They are looking back to the other side, but 180R have already pushed. Run and Gun though put themselves in a nice position as well, and our 180R so using a nice little ridge as we find our Fairy Tales are out, give or take, with 180R in this position. So a bit of a heavyweight fight now on this end bit. I am worried actually. Run and Gun might be 2, but they might be able to pick apart. But the smoke is about to go, and he's got no cover. There goes 1, but no. Pin denies that as quick as it came.
Pin in, pin down, and he's got him right now. It's 5 kills on the board. The solo left live for RNG. They've been secured. They've been comfortable inside the compound, but haven't found much. The Molotov will connect, and I think that's going to be it here for Math. No, that's out the smoke. He's got a little bit left to ring in the tank here. Smoke still coming out from Pod to make this push happen, but RNG is just making this fight drawn out as long as they can.
It's going to be a fight for the road now, isn't it? Pin's going to try and clear one side. 180R or Fairy Tales will be the same. If Pod can clear this quicker, they can get on that third party. And the third party is going to start, though. Fairy Tale with the first knock, though. Workout mode is down. Looks like our Run and Gun maybe leading to the run section, but it's not. Zimmer goes down. The shots from the other side from Fairy Tale will end it, though, for them. Pin have a huge opportunity now. They have open terrain. Yes, they might not have all the smokes that they desired, but they can maybe leapfrog or slingshot themselves maybe around 180R, use the hard cover and come up into that third party action. 4v3v2 and Fairy Tale on the back foot now with a 2-man.
I'm so surprised that Fairy Tales, I mean, look at it looks beautiful from this side. From the actual map zone, it doesn't look so great for Fairy Tale's position. But this position that Fairy Tale's playing is absolutely gorgeous for this zone. They're able to farm kills across the road. They're able to maintain positioning and avoid shots from ADR, who's holding out right here. Fairy Tale on 9 kills. This has been the best showing I think we've seen from Fairy Tale thus far. And again, sometimes it takes a different map. That's not Miramar. That's not Erangel for these teams to get the momentum. So, you know, if you're not one of those, main hitter teams here, and you're still trying to, Miramar, Erangel, they work nice for you, right? They play, you get points. But this is the strong map, it seems, for Fairy Tale, and that's okay because this is now a part of competition. So if you can find the strength on these 2 maps, no, that's not enough to win the comps, but it's enough to put you back in the talk to get you in competitive range for the comps here. So Fairy Tale, great job to you guys finding this momentum and building it up. 9 kills into the top 3 here. Even if you don't make it out of the zone here, I think this is a well-executed rotation and a much-needed job here from Fairy Tale.
Well, if you look at the position, you mentioned the map, right? Fairy Tale, yeah, I'm thinking they're mostly going to go out from now. The longer they stay there, the longer they wait. Actually, 180R focused on their attention. We're just gifting it to Pod now. 180R understanding this. And they're like, hey, do you know what? We need to reposition. We can't just focus on the 2 players that remain. We know there's another team left out there. And with the capabilities that they've already got the roadside, they've got better cover than we have. Work it out mode does go down first, though. He's able to get himself back up and not just put 1, but put an outstanding nade down for that one as well. 3 versus 4. ADR have got the better numbers. I'm going to argue and say that I think Pin with Pod out on this one side might be able to break apart this team.
Depends on how they got it. This 2-2 split looks very strong for 180R. I mean, again, they've found the rhythm. Both these teams needing this game just as much as the other. It's going to be a huge point factor for these teams. So, again, the victor of this match could absolutely be sitting good. But there's the shots. Izum finds the first one in workout mode. Second knock here, so he's going to bleed out a little bit quicker here. Second knock now comes through. Presenting the rest of POD, refusing to go down here. And this is just big shots. They've now taken the total of players and made it in their advantage here. So 3 for Pod, 2 for ADR. Confirm on the workout mode does come through. So a much more difficult game than ADR had anticipated. Pod's playing the position. Raps coming around from iZoom and Presenti. Presenti finds HIW. It's all up to Corrido. And the rap was huge. The distraction from Pin was even better. And it's a collapse now from the 3 remaining Pods onto the final Corrido. Down he falls. What a play from Presenti and iZoom there. Pod Samolet comes through with a 9-kill, 19-point chicken dinner to put the momentum back in flight.
Yep, Pod's first chicken dinner, actually, as well. We talked about the story at the bottom of the prize pool section, and Pod really gravitated to taking it ahead. I think they were disappointed with the angles, but they came back swinging in our wonderful Tago. The Woo will take the damage. They will take the assist. That's right, the kills and the assist. The damage will nicely fall within the Pod lap, though. Winner chicken dinner. Pod Salmon, though, will take match number 3. Good game. Actually, really good game. And Pod identified that they had to deal with run and gun. They had him on the back burner, but they couldn't just leave him there. I felt like if they left run and gun there, we would have seen kind of a one team versus another team on that side of the road. They would have cleared the fight at the same time, CC, and eventually it would have been road on road side. Pod cleared it nice and quick. That allowed them to position themselves up. They were waiting for our 180 yards to drop the ball on Fairy Tail because they had to. They couldn't drop. 180 yards couldn't leave Fairy Tail where they were. And then as they finished off Fairy Tail, they put themselves in a position that Pod was able to pick them apart. Outstanding headshots, outstanding angles, and Pin didn't move but made such a big impact for game number 3.
And that's when you make the most of an anchor play. Sometimes it's lost for dead when it's knocked first, but that right there is essentially what you're looking for out of your anchor player. Feed the information, create the distraction, allow for the opportunity for them to create that wrap around the side, and then boom, Corrido was completely caught off guard. And before you know it, like I said, 2 players are across the road and the attention's still on to Pin right there. Again, that's textbook PUBG, that's textbook esports. And when these teams play it like that, and, it's good to see it, just action-packed right there. I like execution. I love a little bit of random assessment and just, good place shots. But that right there was just essentially textbook PUBG. And, I'm a basketball player. I come from basketball. And when you talk about fundamentals, you need them in basketball, you need them in PUBG.
Yeah, and the fundamentals were proven right there with Pod. Good game, good win. Is it enough for them to put a big split between them, Solo and Primal? We'll have to wait and see. Quick break now. We'll come back, though. We've got Vikendi coming up, and hopefully we might be able to squeeze a quick Miramar in, but I'll keep you guys posted as we go. For now, quick break. I'll see you guys in a few.
Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more.
Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more, make you overdose. Damn, look at that, they broke the mold. Give you some more.
Got it like that. Real bad, yes, got it like that.
Here we go. It's map number 4 of 6. And yeah, apologies, guys. This will be my last one for this evening, though. Zone, no, or flight path, should I say, is from a west across to a northeast. We do favour, I'd say, maybe at north side, but it's the heart and soul of Vikendi, Vikurvi. And I don't think it's a bad flight path, really. Yeah, 100%. We see this, we mentioned this yesterday, didn't we? The fight for middle compounds is quite a lot. They are eager to ensure that they don't allow people to take them freely. It is becoming more and more of apparent that people are arguing to fight things out. But it's not a bad play. Gets in the car, goes, zone shifts a little bit further afield. It goes up towards that sort of top side now, so not a bad start though to game number 1. And I suppose let's quickly, I can't see any hot drops just yet. Let's have a quick look though at that leaderboard we mentioned very quickly before it all starts rolling. So no change. Look, Navi, GG's, you're in. Oh, it's not actually updated fully yet. Why isn't it updated? Let me try that, and let me try that quickly. Has it done it? Has it done it? Has it done it? It's good. It's good now. Yeah, GG's. Navi find themselves now in that 100 point marker anyway. Good amount of kills, good amount of placement points, good consistency. I can only argue and say there was one game for Navi that wouldn't go that way, but 1 out of 9 CC, you'll take those odds, right? No. Yeah. Yeah, did pay off for them. Max finds himself back better now. Now, obviously, he wasn't first here, but he didn't know that. I've got a team pushing in. Pans up. Looks like it's going top side. Doesn't quite connect there this time. And lucky enough, he closes the door. And the door will hold off the pans up as the rest of Relic will now push in. Rest of the leaderboard though, Zen Store in second, Rulu in third, no change. And it goes 1 down for Max, looking for the second one, pre-fire comes right, needs to get there, hit, but he doesn't quite get it though. And the rest of the run and gun guys are in the cars, but I think they are just too far away. But, yeah, it was just dangerous peak as well. Pod actually did get themselves in 4th, Fairy Tale in 5th, and Grandfather's now in 6th. So that whole that whole primal solo pod fighting for that edge of the placement zone, done for as it stands. Grandfather leapfrog both of them, so do Fairy Tale. Find himself in the money bags.
Looking to put this momentum up, but they've had a little bit more of a struggle bus today, trying to hop off the bus, get dropped off, on momentum lane to really pick up some points here. Sitting on 39 39 total points. It's only 4 placement points. They've got 35 kills, so they're stacked on kills. They are absolutely essential when it comes to fights, winning the 1v1s, but it's maintaining into the late game that's really hurting the Hypebeast's chances, to get into the left-hand leaderboard. But Solo has 34 kills, Primal has 38, and again, Hypebeast has 35. I mean, those are 4th and 5th place teams there. Literally, it's just placement that's keeping the Hypebeast out of that top 5.
Yeah, you talk about placement. Like on the other side of the table, Run and Gun's on the bottom there, but they've got 12 placement points on. It's the kills that Run and Gun are struggling with, and quite an aggressive team. Normally, unable to get the kills, they're getting some placements, and arguably, there's a lot of teams ahead of them, like Hypebeast, that have a lot less placement points, but they've got the more kills. Therefore, they sit a little bit higher up in that table placement. Andre, you mentioned him on the last game. I think they're having a good day. They're climbing. They've got a +3. They're in 9th at the moment, I believe. So they are still working their way up here, and teams rotate by. I don't think they're going to try and miss the opportunity to get anything they can. They don't quite get the pop of the tyre, but they do split Fairy Tail. So Fairy Tail is figure what they are going to do. Solo able to claim not just the one. So hard work done by 100 ADR. But it does mean that Zimmer is going to continue to rotate his way down and into the trap maybe of 100 ADR.
Making its way in, again, this 2-2 split is going to pay off for now. Once phase 1 closes, they're going to have to regroup. Zima and the rest of Fairy Tail trying to find somewhere to go. Maybe back to the observatory seems safe for now. Grandfather's dropping in again from the parachute, starting to take that top side of Vikendi. Everybody expecting a high north pool from this zone. A lot of ice, a lot of water in the north, but teams still expecting it to stay. It looks like inside the zone, only 2 teams down to the south, and that's Nessa and Pod. And honestly, only Nessa because they haven't stopped rotating yet. So a big shift down south could heavily impact a lot of these northern teams as far as the rotation goes and the safety and security of that 4 players making it through that rotation. So it's all coming down to where phase 1 shifts. And again, usually phase 1 doesn't have as much weight as the remainder of these circles, but the way that these teams have started to group up and take the gamble, everything's high north. And again, that south side zone could absolutely be detrimental.
It was a difficult one. Great questions actually from Unknown in chat. Obviously we're on a 30-minute delay, so by the time you would have heard that, you might do a bit of scrolling up, should we say. And they do get that kill. I'll see a little fight now for the drops as TS though really split. Moss might be getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and his multiple shots are coming in from him. Run and Gun are the ones that put him down. Nessa will crest by, and he is sharing this area though with Zen, so needs to be careful. It is a difficult area to play. It's very open terrain. I think TS should be able to get that res now with Zen backing away. I don't think Nessa will see the down player, so should be alright. Should be okay to get a res.
Looking like it is pretty good for the chance. RNG, again, losing one early. Just struggling on the rotations, trying to get in, taking the fight with TS. Seems to be good. They lost the heavy hitter Mossbird, and he's been, a huge impact for TS today. And if they can't get this res, that's going to, I don't want to say put the nail in the coffin for TS, but that just makes their game that much harder. When you can count on a player like Mossbird, you got to keep him up. You got to be there to support him. And that's just where the strength in your games comes. So hopefully they're going to be able to respond here. They have started to kind of outspread and surround the 3 RNG members, but with the lack of push to get that res, it looks like RNG is going to pull forward. Should be able to clutch and clean this one up, putting TS down to 3. And actually, no, I think he's drove away from Mossbird. So, yeah, TS just leaving Mossbird, just unfortunately bleeding out there, and this could have been a potential res.
That could have been down and out. I think they have tried to push over. Sadiq, though, right on top, though, of Blist. Does get the initial shits. Blist, though, is going to play up. Does have the better play there. Sadiq goes on the outside. Needs some covering fire, but the covering fire just doesn't come in time. Eventually does get the knock, but Blist is down. Needs some backup now, and he ideally get in the car and get over towards Blist. Keep the pressure on these guys.
Nice shots coming in. Math looking like he's got some good shots, but Lalik with a response there. Matt's going to be set down there. Abdu from the side trying to range shots, maybe get the knock onto Lalik, but gets the first aid off, so it's going to take a few more shots now to get that knock. And again, looks like the res is going to be basically impossible here. I think they have left Mossberg, but getting the res here onto Salik. TS at least able to regain some composure here and putting the hurt back onto RNG.
Yeah, Bliss left down, so I have to wait and see though. Finna looking to try and move forward, and kind of think that run and gun, maybe live to the run now and try and hide a bit too far away. Zone is Otis neck of the woods, so more teams need to descend down. But like yesterday, we've got those sort of call them goat trails, but like there's like the little paths in between these high mountains that you can easily get away from, and really hide teams down and out. But we'll have to wait and see. The leak. Does that confirm? I'm going to be putting points on the board. Nessa out in the water train. Primal going over. We'll have to wait and see. What we are going to do, I'm going to just cast for a second, and CC is going to see what he can do to try and get things set up as quick as he can, to maybe take on the cast. I've got most of my little one's birthday, so again, apologies guys. People were meant to be over later, but they've arrived a lot earlier. I need to go get the missus and support the missus on that one. They weren't meant to be here for a couple more hours, so apologies. I was meant to be doing 5, maybe 5 out of 6, but it's not really worked out that way. So I'll be back obviously tomorrow for a full 6 games, and obviously then Friday we do have the final group stages for our Mercy Rumble. But yeah, let us know, and obviously if we can get CC set up in time, that will be all good. I'm just gonna again just keep on the map just for 2 seconds and make sure that he's got all the relevant bits and pieces. So we'll drop over. I will let CC just work things up. He obviously just needs to know that it is a 30-minute delay, which is quite a big one, I'll be honest with you. But as long as he gets his stream sort of started soon, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. So hopefully we will go from this game straight over to his, and we should be good. But he's just going to have a quick look though at things now. Let me just keep sending them some more logos. There's that. Most other teams, it would take grandfathers obviously find themselves in a high-rise spot, which is good. I think they just, again, a super stacked team. I would expect them to do a lot more, would I say? But the OG maps, the Erangles, I think we've seen them shine. We've seen them shine really on the Miramar maps as well. But when it came down to, I suppose, these opportunity maps, I suppose the Vikendi, the Tagos, have not really gained the points of the momentum I would have expected to see from them. But we'll have to wait and see. They're in a good position now. They're on the high side. They've got to defend it out. I always say with this map, though, we do see the higher ground not favoured, so to speak. It does. I think it does come back this way a lot. But again, eventually after a period of time, we do see it leave that Vikendi section. For now, the zone is still tight. It's still hold on to that waterfront though, as it is. And now I'm going to start working their way in. SRM, that takes some shots. Those pods will run the gauntlet. I've turned on my... Here we go. So dug the way in. Primal will try and hold there. I don't know if they are able to move anywhere further. We are seeing the Woo on the other side though. They are trying to get moving. Diffix though is having a little scout ahead, trying to figure out exactly where these players are. Primal again, we'll be trying to hold out. 16 teams, we haven't lost any teams. It is a tough zone, this one. We have lost players though. Run and gun able to hide themselves now on that outside edge. Diffix still taking a few pop shots over. Pod obviously looking over Newgate here. And they will look down. Newgate, though, find themselves on the outside edge. Now, yes, as much as these ridges can keep them protected from that sort of north side, yes, they're going to take some pop shots. Newgate need to try and deal the damage. Oh, there's a bear. Bears, what's going on? Who's losing themselves to bears? No. That is not a good showing. And maybe for up top, You get yourself away from those bears. But Grandfathers maybe couldn't outrun the bears. And they lose a player. That is unfortunate. I wish I could see the bears. There it is. Look, there it is. It's running. Yogi the bear. Hit and run, mate. Another one's gone further down. Navi avoiding the bears. They'll take the edge of the blue. Is phase number 3. They should get away from it. Navi done well yesterday on this map as well. Again, harvesting points. Again, it was a real driver for them. I think it was a 25-pointer, but we'll have to wait and see. Very self down for 2. Running gun down for a 1 here. Poddo losing 1. TS sharing their compound as well, as they are not too far away. I'm going to continue just to keep an eye on the map just at the moment. Oh. Let's see. Frostface though, right underneath. Solo. Grandfather's above. Obviously that car is a bit of a giveaway. And Solo do hunker themselves down. Again, they need to have a good game here. Need to ensure they get out of this one a lot more. The Woo pushing their way down. Nixie is moving his way up though, but with the famous in hand. Try and wait and see. Navi, pick up 100 ADR this one. Going. Nixie though, getting under pressure, but Grandfather's up at the top. There's a quick kill. There's nowhere to hide, and a quick confirm done. Shots do come up from Fuzz, but not able in time. Zone shift's back actually, favouring Primal slightly. His team's now to start rotating in. Pod leave it early. Running gun helped and blessed, I suppose, when it came down towards that snowstorm. Newgate instantly on their E pickup. And I think they won't take any much more than the outside edge, but look at this. MK rains fire. In and down, but way out. Those shots are down. They actually do clear Fairy Tale before we can have a look at it though. Solo needs to work their way out. Fuzzface, I said, this guy's depth of experience knows that there'll be a team in there. They know Grandfathers are above, so needs to get off here based on the zone as well. And Primal are scraping for anything they can. But again, dangerous play because Nessa needs to work their way in. Good shots for them. Is it a get that res and move? They've been punished slightly as well, so have to wait and see. Looks like Nessa trying to stop any kind of movement from Primal from leaving this location. That might be indication, because if Nessa move forward off this place, they are just going to play in towards this zone, and they will get punished both sides between Primal and Zen. Nuji are looking forward as well, but Zen, I think, are waiting for that Nessa movement. No, Nuji should be able to get one of the reses here. TS will use the snowstorm just to come in. Out as well they go. Fuzzface again. This is the one I'm waiting for. Fuzzface, it looks like he's got a secondary RPG or Panzer out the back of the car. So again, I like it. We're seeing more and more of these teams now using the back of the cars, back of the details when it comes down to this. Newgate able to get the reses back to 3. They did lose one. Nessa has opted not to go in the vehicles. Actually, sorry, they have gone in the vehicles, but they haven't gone all the way. Nice little use of trade. Didn't even know that was there, actually, if I'm honest with you. I thought they were going to try and push towards that ridge. The ridge would have been punishing because Primal would have had a complete side swipe of that team. Solo moving forward though, they come out their section out their bury hole, and I suppose Fuzzface, who've been looking this way, is subject to them. Now the Woo do lose another one between Navis. They come up over the top side. SRM trying to go down, and the Woo will fall quite quickly. Bit of a sandwich here. Navi on 5 kills. They lost a player. They should be able to get a res. I don't know if they know about Grandfathers, because this phase 5, they've got 6 meds on the go, and needs one knock. Get a med on, get med. Oh, he's going for the run. I don't think he's done it in time. I don't think he's going to do it. Maybe just in time. It does it just in time. And knock and go. Na'Vi down numbers as well. Nice little 2 kills. And we pull back to the river. Tago is we go. Scav. And for Zen. Now I'm playing the push forward though. GG. Shots go over the top though, as they are continuing. Oh my god, what is going on? There's a whole snowstorm just about to engulf the zone. The mortar fire is coming in. SRM are coming in. They are looking for some kills. Great molly over the top to split the 2. Quick confirm though. Elska up on the top though. She's been underarm nade. It's not. It's an overarm nade. We'll go too far over. Don't have to know. SRM is close though. Initial shots that come up. Odin puts down the flames as Eska goes down. Novi is the final player, and that nade might go not too far away as he's going to run straight onto it. Primal to send out in 12th place. Oh, they got these shots quickly. Here comes the snowstorm. Vox knows he's sharing. Oh, he's picked up the player just in time. Solo have come from behind as well, so they're looking to get involved. They'll be cautious themselves, but they're going to try and maybe get the resin roll. Relic will hide their way in Snowstorm. Na'Vi, the same grandfathers on the outside. That actually will favour the grandfathers because they potentially will see the teams inside the zone before the inside the snowmobile out happens. All free gear as well. All the gear has all the ideas. CCI takes Scooby down to a 1. I actually feel that Scooby needs to get a med on because he's going to go zone otherwise. And as a good example, though, Sheila does see him from the outside, and as you can see from side, I definitely couldn't see him. So I'm going to follow that rotation in, and that final player now. Just on the crisping edge. And I might want to Z-key in and literally driving by the edge of the bonnet. Where'd you go? There was a lot of players here. Just Molly inside first. Nope. Solo. 10th place. Pod will now work forward. Age coming in. TS are pretty much on the brinking point now, on top of our pod team, and the snowstorm will leave us. Nessa will go down. Zen are getting the shots on. I think Salik is on the other side of the zone, so he will be seen first if pod are looking this way. Snowstorm is starting to go. Visibility is starting to come back. Players will start to be exposed. Team space are down. A player, but now fully exposed. There goes one. Pod does get one back in return. So, again, more shots coming out. More nades over the top. Another nade in impactful. Finna needs to deal with rocks. So, pod in the middle of a bit of a dangerous spot. Those zones are coming down. SRM now trying to play their way down a little bit further into the field. CCI goes over. Will need to continue his way down into the field. He's going to try and get the res. Oh, he's not going to get a res with a nade straight in front. Scav. He's looking. Zen are pushing forward. A bigger split for them. Not going to help. It actually allows SRM really in here. Back to the other side. Na'Vi 5 kills. Pushing forward though as well. These smokes are going to be a bit of a giveaway. I don't think they know that they've got hold of an angle. Aid goes up and over, and zone will now push. See the player's head plays peekaboo, but that is about it. Pixel got the discipline not to take the shots. Na'Vi goes in, and Samji will end that one. Relic R4 ends Na'Vi. 8th place for them. He goes down. Pixel might be on the outside. He's got the edge of zone. He might be able to catch this team. He's got a blue zone the outside edge. They have a straight understanding where he is. There goes a flash, there goes a nade. I don't think the blue zone is as good as they wanted it to be, but it is causing damage. Relic needs to get in front of him now. Straight on the outside. Pixel backed up here. Good shots though over the top. Not able to get one. Bomb picks up not just one, but he puts both of them on the board as Hypebeast will take 7th place. So the teams now will start to dial their way in. It is.
All right.
Just clocked. CC is going to be unable to do it. We're working on production software, basically the production PUBG client. So unfortunately, CC is unable to carry on. I'll try and see if I can get a player hooked up. Most of them don't do POV on this one. If they are, I'll find someone. If not, we do have another event on, which is the Mercy Gaming event. So they are playing the group stages. So again, I suppose logically I'll go for the group stages for Mercy Gaming, as it's another tournament which is being run as well. So again, we can go watch again outstanding teams play. It's Group B versus Group C. Watch Group A versus B, which actually some of the players from Group A are in here at the moment. So we get to wait and see. Anyway, top 4 SRM better day. Zen is down though, back to a 2, 5 kills. They lost their 2 as SRM were hunting. Pod somehow, some way still remains CC, and TS are on the outside. They fell subject to Pod, but Solo ranging out. Thinner, I think, has thin chances to get in.
Yeah, TS though again inside the top, and apologies to everybody that we cannot continue. We'll get that hopefully worked out for you guys. But Mark the Legend over here, at least for cutting in on his son's birthday here, making it possible that we at least get these 4 matches in. Top 4 teams though, SRM trying to make this control over the zone. You can see the power starting to spread. Zen's caught out here on the outskirts. Is thinner again, like I said, with thinner and thinner chances, and there goes the exit right there. SRM finds 1 for Pod, finds 2, takes down Team Space in the mix, and now it's all the fight for Zen, and then SRM can collapse potentially to find the final POD member, but it's all lining up. The cards starting to come into place for the victory for SRM here.
I think Pod are looking to try and pick up Zen. You can hear those shots going over his head. So looking now to try and take the forward fight. The smoke's on his back. That will try and help. Does see one. Does go down to Zen. It's a 4-on-1 now. Scav is the final player. It might be just a tab to zone. I wouldn't be surprised. There's an end. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Every point makes a prize, and that is their SRM. They aren't going to be able to claim it. It's game number 4. It'll be a final one, unfortunately, I believe, for the stream. And yeah, it is a very strong game. SRM really coming to life at the end. 13 kills. Damage, though, was nearly, or just over 2k, and 10 assists on the board. So you can't argue SRM really turning things round. They didn't start the tournament that well, but yet at the moment they were sitting in 12th place. That is a good game for them. A nice winner chicken dinner.
Now I'm wondering, what did they take? I'm trying to recap for yesterday. Did they take the Vikendi yesterday too, or was it Tego?
The Miramar. They ended.
Oh, it was the
They ended on the high note on yesterday. So they ended on Miramar match number 6 yesterday, I believe. Chat will tell me if I'm wrong. I think yesterday they ended on Miramar in the end. They actually clutched up at the very, very end, scrubbed their way through. That was a good
much
result.
more flashy win today. Is kind of what I was looking at. 2 kills only in that win yesterday, so it was sitting on 12 points. But I mean, 13 kills shows that SRM again has the power to be a heavy hitter inside this lobby as well.
Yeah, the thing is, again, we saw it sort of halfway through there. I know we were trying to figure out if you can get it ready, but unfortunately, CC can't get it ready in time. But SRM really changed gear. They were like, actually, do you know what? We're not going to sit back and just wait for the zone to come back our way. We're not going to sit back and go, we might be able to take it. They opted to go forward. They opted to take the fight on towards the other people. And as a result, they got themselves a good game. Good amount of kills. They got themselves a chicken dinner. There are 2 more games, though, left for this evening. Now, my logic is at the moment, unless I can find someone with a POV stream, I do worry about POV streams because if they die early, you don't get to see anything. My logic at the moment is I'm going to go hit up Mercy Gaming Rumble or Mercy Rumble, as they are playing a tournament. The tournament is live. They've got 6 maps. They have a shorter delay, so their most will be on map like 3, maybe 4, so you have to tune in and watch that one. I would apologise. It's my son's birthday. It's meant to be starting a little bit later, waiting for people to come over because when they finish work, but they are already here. So I've got to cut short a little bit, unfortunately, guys. It's my fault. Apologies. Much love. I'll be back tomorrow, though. We'll be covering all 6 games. I don't think, CC, you're joining us, are you, tomorrow? I think you're busy tomorrow, aren't you? So
if I join, it's going to be from the workplace. And, you know, again, background will be a little bit different. And I should have the mic hopefully set up 100%.
You're always welcome, mate. You're always welcome. We can always cut your
We'll
mic
see.
if people are walking on your office, because you've only been cheeky a few times from work covering it. So for now, we are going to thank you guys. I think we all go over to a Mercy Rumble. I'll see all you guys, though, tomorrow. We do best of 6 tomorrow. I've got nothing else planned. There's no second birthdays or anything, though. So we've got all 6 games. We're going to end up. We're going to find out exactly who is going to take the money. Top 5 is what we're looking for. So we'll start the stream a little bit earlier tomorrow. We'll talk about leaderboard. We'll look at maybe some of the 2D images, actually, who picks up the Miramar. Because, yeah, Miramar yesterday was picked up by Solo and was picked up by SRM, of which 2 teams are eager to get more chicken dinners on the board and more points on the board. So we'll come back and have a look at that. For now, let's go and raid. I'll see all you guys, though. Same time, same place tomorrow. Peace.
I'm flexed, but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all, I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.